I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to all across the Delaware Valley. This is the Anthony Gargano Show. We're presented by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. TrueMark.com/PHLY for the credit union difference. You see, today, every Friday, we're going to be out here in our spacious workspace. It's like the newsroom. To our left, you have the Pop-A-Shot and the NBA Jam machine, right? We moved the Pop-A-Shot. Now it's a little nook for us. All of our tables, the other games, the PlayStation is behind us. The kitchen is behind us. So we're going to have a lot of, on Fridays, we're going to be out here. I like being out here.
I love being out here. It
Good
feels
morning,
more relaxed.
VG.
Good morning. There's more space to hang around.
Yeah.
A little live.
To do activities, as some would say.
Yes, we're going to have activities. Everybody's going to be like, you'll see people coming in and out.
They hate being on TV or on the show, I think. The salespeople come scurrying back.
Nicole doesn't mind.
Nicole's fine. She's cool with that, but those people, you see
Yo,
them,
Nick.
they don't want to be seen.
You don't mind being on the show, do you? So,
She just shut the door. Oh, here she goes.
You don't mind being on the show, do you? Like, we're going to do the show every Friday out here. So all of our employees, everybody, all of us here at PHLY, you'll see everybody. All right? So you can come around, say hello to the people. All right?
She seems real enthused.
No, you're over here. You can't see you. Come behind us and say hello. See? You go, this is Nicole. Nicole's our head of sales.
Yeah, Nicole.
So any sponsorship opportunities, you'll talk to Nicole. Right? We got Andrews over here. All right? And Kevin, come here. He's going to be maybe one of our new interns. Right? Hello, Kevin. Okay, like say hello. You get the tie on. You don't need
real
to do
formal today.
Yeah, he doesn't need the tie.
Up.
Right? This is the crew. Johnny Marks in the back. You'll see him scurry to the bathroom.
I think he's got Maniac Malloy with him.
Oh, yeah?
He's got Maniac Malloy right now.
Oh, nice.
The little Maniac action coming by.
Yeah. So this is the crew. All right. All right. So let's talk about what happened yesterday. Big day in Philadelphia sports. Phillies, it's unbelievable to me. We're talking a handful of innings into the game, and the panic across the Delaware Valley was palpable. Tooch is like, Turner stinks. Panic. Time to panic. Like, right off the bat. I go, dude, come on, man. It was unbelievable. And then, can you believe 13 strikeouts? MacKenzie Gore, 13 Ks. Couple things. One, listen, they're going to strike out. That's their lineup. They have strikeouts in the lineup. That's what it is. Now, yesterday was exacerbated, and I know they struck out 19 times, which is excessive, and it's not all shadows. But, the shadows were part of it, and they're a strikeout team. And MacKenzie Gore is very good. But what you saw is the legend, right? Like, they needed something. It's a 2-0 game, right? Like the bats are quiet, and here he is, right? There comes Bryce, and he hits the big bomb. It's in the National. He's being booed every time he comes up. It's his old haunt, and he comes up and he hits the bomb, and he gets it all started. And then, then the floodgates open. They tie it. I'm a little worried about the bullpen. We'll get to that in a minute. But, Schwarber hitting fourth. We got a Schwarber bomb out of him. I love the lineup. I like that.
Dude, I was at the bar. It was.
You were giving me updates.
It was unbelievable. The one home run that they gave up, people yell, bleep, this team's bleeping trash again. It's like, again? They were just like. They were on fire last year.
I know. I don't understand the mentality.
Then that home run comes and it
changes
changes everything once the home run comes. Then everyone's like, and then ringing the bell at the bar. It's then the Schwarber bomb. And then we're back.
Listen,
Everyone's back.
I don't. People act the way they want to act. I just don't understand the mentality. I just think it's crazy.
The first 6 innings was brutal. At the pub, the first 6 innings was rough.
But it's baseball.
I know.
Right? Like baseball, you're 6 innings into a season. Right? 162 games. You're into a season. What do you mean they're trash? You know they're not trash.
No.
Like,
I mean, and Gore's
they're going to have
good.
issues. Right? MacKenzie Gore is good.
He's good.
But you're going to have issues. Like here's the thing. A couple things. Like, one, the bullpen might be a little bit of a worry. Like, we'll see. Like, Romano, we'll see.
I mean, first game with a new team.
Dude, I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm not good. But I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, there are things like
the
I
panic
get it.
people.
Yeah. Like, I get there's not,
Shadows. Oh, shadows were everywhere.
Marsh can't hit lefties. Like,
It's only one game.
but like he can't hit lefties.
well, the 2 of them at the bottom of the lineup.
But like he can't. No, we know that Marsh can't hit. Like I'm not. I've never been the biggest Marsh guy. All right. So do I think that there's an issue there? Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm just trying to give you but by and large, this is a good team. Like, why
First
are we
place.
freaking out?
Second largest run differential in the National League, just behind the Dodgers.
Why are we freaking out? What is the mentality? I don't understand it. I know I'm jolly sunshine. I get it.
We just won the Super Bowl. This should be like a palate cleanser from how last season ended. It's a new season. I mean, Trey, what is up? How does he swings like Reggie Jackson? How does his back knee end up on the ground all the time? Yeah. It's a weird swing.
It is a weird swing. Reggie Jackson. Yeah, you're right. I closed my eyes. He's a right-handed. Yeah.
So he's
Reggie Jackson. Wow, that's true.
But I mean, the Braves lost. Hector Neris doing his thing down there, giving up 3 runs. They may have bullpen issues.
Oh yeah.
It's the first game.
I just don't get the whole thing. I just don't understand the reaction. Like we're crazy, man. We are.
Crazy.
Like I love it. I love it, but the reaction's insane. Like it's baseball. Like sometimes I wonder, we've never jived with the rhythm of baseball.
No, we're not made for it.
We just
reactionary
go one way.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yeah, and like John Peace is like, it drives you crazy, the 13 strikeouts. It does, but the bullpen's coming sooner or later. These guys mash off bad pitching.
Yeah, like I get the strikeouts driving nuts, but there are if you think about 13, now 13 is ridiculous, right? I'm with you, John Peace. 13 is ridiculous, but lop off 3 because of the shadows, right? Because the shadows were legit. It's hard to pick up 97, 98 through shadows. I mean, you saw the ballpark. That's not just some excuse. That's tough to hit. It's hard to pick up.
Yeah, there's always a part of me that thinks baseball games should be 1 o'clock or like night games.
I agree.
This mid-afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock is tough. Well, the shadows are constantly a problem.
And I don't even understand why you do it. That's not a national game.
No.
You're not worried about national. What are you doing? Start the game at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, yeah. Make it a full day for people.
Either start at 1 or start it at 7.
Yes.
Or it's even 6. Whatever. You can figure out the shadows. You just can't play during that twilight.
I totally agree.
It's terrible.
It's constantly an issue, no matter what ballpark.
Right, and it's bad. Mm-hmm. It's hard to pick it up.
Yep.
It's not fair to the hitter. And then the result is horrible, right? Like watching guys whiff is brutal. Right? It's just brutal. So MacKenzie Gore's good. So you got that.
Yep.
And they are strikeouts in the lineup.
That's
what they are.
But I wouldn't say they were swinging at a ton of bad pitches. Gore was making good pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought through the first 3 innings they were piling up the strikeouts, but I thought they were striking out at good pitches. I didn't think they were chasing like they had been in the past. Just he was beating them.
Yeah, I in the end, Bryce comes up big and Schwarber hits a bomb.
Well, 2 through 5, they all came up.
I mean,
JT, I've been riding him. He came through.
No, I was going to text you on that. I like JT.
He looks good.
He does.
He looks like he's always in shape, but he looks pretty ripped right now.
Yeah, I'm hopeful for JT.
I think last year stuck in his craw a little bit.
Harper's the greatest, dude. Harper is the greatest. He really is the greatest. They need that and I know it's the first game and people are way too reactionary, but that's a moment where, you know, that's where your MV3 comes up. Didn't Boa say MVP season for him?
He did, yes.
I mean, he's off to a start. Like, let's see. I could see Bryce. Here's what I love about Bryce, too. His mentality coming in, he's like, no more daycare.
Yeah.
Before the game yesterday, no more daycare.
Right.
And he's right.
Totally right.
Enough with the daycare.
There was no water being thrown on anybody at the end of the game. It was all business to be had. So it was really good to look.
And that's the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it. This is it. Like, stop. Don't celebrate nonsense. And no excuses. There's no more daycare.
Yeah.
All
No
right?
more bubble gum.
Love
No more
it.
seeds.
I love it. They're men.
Right. I like the way Bohm handled himself.
Yeah, Fit Dad CEO. I think he's in the chat. He's in the chat now. He was on Twitter. Glad to see the Phillies are already in playoff form. I was like, he's gonna. He said he's gonna call in today. I was like, you gotta call in with this.
Fit Dad. Listen, I appreciate the Philadelphia quips. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I missed that gene.
Oh yeah, you don't have that up and down.
I missed the gene of the anger sports gene. I don't know what it is, but like, you know,
I can have it, but not on game one.
you have it. You have it in spades.
Not
you
on
have
game
it.
one. I was fine yesterday.
You got it. You got your day. You come in. You can be miserable. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was the media. I think Mikey misses to call me Jolly Charlie all the time. And I know I'm guilty. I'll raise my hand. I always look for the positive.
Yeah, that's what we like about you.
But I think it stems from 4 for 4, 1980. I just remember, like, oh, my God, this is the greatest thing in the world. Mm-hmm. And I've always had that looked at games through the prism. And, you know, been more. It's funny because I'm loud and I can be emotional, or I can be, you know, jovial and have some fun with it. I'm not an emotional sports fan. You know that.
Yeah, but do you think your journalism days took it out of you?
Maybe. Like, I'll watch a game. Like, I don't, like, I'm bored. I'm horrible to watch a game with.
Just
because I just watch, I just kind of watch. Like, I don't really react.
He was killing me last night. I mean, that home run happens, and he didn't, no reaction whatsoever. You know, it's like, come on, give me a little something.
You're like a manager.
No, I was emotionless. Like, you know, I mean, like, I give you I'll give you this.
Yeah.
Give you a fist bump, like a fist, like you make a fist.
Yeah, shatter your fist.
You know, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, then I love it. Like Bryce and Schwarber. That's why
so great we got a Schwarber on the first game.
And that's why he needs to hit fourth. I mean, come on. Why are we trying to rethink the game, reinvent the game? This is the same team that had Bamboo Brad hitting cleanup.
We were mentioning on the chain, he looked like he was trying to show he could be the leadoff hitter trying to steal a base.
I know. I just hit fourth.
There he is.
Oh, he's trying to run out. He was trying to run. Why do you every day try to run out? Dude. We call you. Johnny Bonds, happy opening day, and you just scurry.
So
you scurry like that.
Yeah, like critters when they turn the lights on. He's
like the mouse I saw run. And anyway, no, like so my daughter, my youngest, my 3-year-old, I have her
Can
on.
you move it a little bit so we can see all of you, Johnny?
I have her on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So my wife, who is working from home, like she is able to corral her until I get home around 10 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So that's when she starts meetings. So a lot of times I'm trying to run out of here so I can make it by the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, yesterday was Thursday, though.
We surmise that, but you do have a. Let me just.
Yep.
And we're like Johnny Marr.
Yeah, she has this. What did I have yesterday? I don't even remember.
I don't know. You went running out of here.
I had Dr. Melfi. I had a call with Melfi yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like right around 9 o'clock.
Let's schedule a little buffer zone. Give us 10 minutes. Schedule your calls like 9:15.
Put it on the schedule.
Don't schedule. Come in, say hello.
But it's also
we're formal around here.
No, but also
Kevin
like
is.
you have you had the start of your show, and then 6 minutes into a show, it's tough to somebody just busts in.
No,
so I know you have your opening monologue.
I'm yelling at you. Oh, Johnny Marr! You hear me yelling at you?
So what do you make of 19 strikeouts?
Shadows, MacKenzie Gore.
Okay, good.
And they are prone to strike out.
And that's their MO. On top of it, like we shouldn't.
That's who
Like,
they are.
Should we be surprised it was 19? Maybe a little bit. The shadows were
excessive, but the shadows are real.
The shadows are a real thing, and MacKenzie Gore's stuff is a real thing.
Yes.
This isn't some stiff. He was the 3rd overall pick in the draft for a reason.
Exactly.
He averages over a strikeout an inning in his career.
Yes.
And now he's 26, and this is like now people are going to notice him around the league.
Yes, I understand. Sometimes our mentality, God bless, we're insane. I was just saying, I missed the crazy gene, the crazy sports gene. I don't really react to that. Like it's the first of 162.
And
I'm going to have fun with it. Oh, like Bryce hit a home run. Schwarber hit a home run.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't yesterday's game kind of the MO of what the Phillies do? They were able to get the good starter out
Yes,
after 6.
what they do. They
got
feast.
to the bullpen.
Yeah.
Schwarber and Harper hit a home run.
Yeah.
You know,
Wheeler pitched great and didn't get the win.
Oh, Alvarado looked
no,
ridiculous.
You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, really, with the question marks in the bullpen and then with Romano yesterday not looking great and like whatever. But Alvarado throwing 101.
Sinker.
And man, a sinker. It's not even a 4-seam.
Dude, that's nasty.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
impossible to hit.
Yeah.
Strom looked good. I was worried about his shoulder based on what happened in spring training. And Kirkering, like, if you have worries about the bullpen, which I feel like Dombrowski will figure it out. And a lot of times you need the season, the first half of the season, to figure the bullpen out.
You look at it, yeah.
Kirkering needs to become the high leverage 8th inning guy.
Yes.
And he hasn't showed to me, even though his numbers have been good and his ERA's been good.
It's got to be Matson.
8th inning in a big spot, he needs to be able to come in with 2
it
runners
needs to be
on.
Matson.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
he
needs
doesn't
to be the
seem-
bridge to Lidge.
He doesn't seem like he's got, like, I don't know. He doesn't look like he's ready yet. Like, he doesn't look like a killer when he comes in yet. He still
Well,
looks a little.
I think that's your. Listen, you're not wrong with production. I don't know about the killer thing.
But there's no one that's saying, like, because when Sir Anthony first came up and he looked really good, oh, he's your closer, get him in there. I don't hear anybody clamoring for Kirkering coming in and being the closer. Like, I know I'm not. I'm hoping he develops into that guy. He's got swing and miss stuff, but
Well, Sir Anthony threw hard,
he sure did.
so that's what you were saying. Kirkering can throw hard, but not like he doesn't throw hard like Sir Anthony, and he's got dance stuff. Like he makes a ball move, Kirkering. So
He does.
So that's where his out stuff is.
I don't think we as a city can handle Alvarado as the closer, but with that
I
stuff
don't think
he's got.
he can handle Alvarado as the closer.
Yeah. No. But listen, I love Schwarber hitting 4th. I love that lineup yesterday. It's not going to be like that on Saturday, but I love that lineup.
Well, I mean, with Schwarber not hitting in the leadoff, it was always about he's a different batter when he hits elsewhere in the lineup, right? Like you could have other guys hitting leadoff, but if he's not the same productive player at 4 as he is at 1, then it's not good. He hit a home run yesterday and had a hit, and he got thrown out trying to steal second. But so as long as he could be productive, he'd be great. And I don't mind them mixing around the lineups until they find something that works for them, and that may take a little bit of time.
I don't mind
there.
it either, but I actually just think that yesterday was the best lineup.
I mean, that Trey Turner leading off, he should see more fastballs if Harper's hitting behind him, which is
Right.
good.
And
he gets on base. He
and
steals
Bohm's
bases.
going to see pitches
Yep.
between Harper and Schwarber.
And he's good. When you're not relying on him to be a power bat, but to
Right.
be a productive bat, you
Yeah.
should have a couple guys on in front of you. I agree. I liked the lineup yesterday.
Yeah.
That's everything we want out of Bohm. Doubles. That's for me. That's what I'm looking
what
for.
he is.
I agree.
Be a double machine this year.
I agree.
You see this guy? I mean, we talked these caffeine things he drinks. You think you got a lot of caffeine in your coffee? He's probably got triple that in that can.
This is 200 milligrams. That's
200
not. It's not that
milligrams of
much.
caffeine.
What's standard for the energy drinks? This is a new one too. Any Means Orange. It's delicious.
The Bang Energy, yeah. You drink those before you go to like work out.
I drink these before I go to bed. They have no.
Lunatic, dude. I'm sorry.
How you
That's crazy. That's got to be more than double what you got in there.
No.
I got 10 shots of espresso.
You got
No,
10
that's-
shots?
Well,
I think Anthony's got him on that one, yeah.
If we had the level of heart explosion, that's not like crazy. It's not good. It's not crazy. Anthony's probably a little bit higher on the heart explosion
think?
caffeine thing. Well, because I know you get the red eyes, right?
Yeah.
You're getting the.
Well, I got 8 shots.
He's got
Yeah.
10 red eyes in there.
No, 8 shots of espresso averages like 75 milligrams of caffeine. That's 200 in there.
Eight shots of espresso was 75 milligrams total.
Oh, no, 600. You're right. You're right. Yeah,
Yes,
600.
yes. Believe me,
you
I like
are. You're the
espresso.
psycho.
Oh,
My bad.
really?
I apologize, Johnny.
I like the taste.
He's the psycho.
I do it for the taste. I think it tastes well.
All right, well, cheers.
My brother,
Thank you.
great to see you, buddy.
Go Phillies.
I have a great weekend. Go
And now I
Fightins.
got to wait till the weekend for another game, which I hate.
I know. I hate this day, too. The Friday buffer. Buffer Senator. Come on.
Got to do it because it's, the weather.
I'm with you. I hate it, though. Real quick, before we got Steaks coming up to talk Phillies, Michkov, baby.
Oh, it was a minute and 40 seconds. He put up a goal.
On the day that Torts gets let go, Michkov has a night. 2 goals, an assist, and 6 shots on goal.
Who else had a night?
Oh, my
Who else had a
God.
night?
They put up 6 goals.
Coots, another doghouse guy. He puts up 2 goals.
Oh, my God. They played like they...
And Delorier, he's another doghouse guy.
They played like they were free from the tyranny.
Yes.
I mean...
Yes. We're all free of it.
Free of the tyranny.
Yeah.
That was
Good
Torts.
times are ahead for the Fly Boys.
Radical. By the way, yesterday, when the one guy I'm holding my hope out for is I want Tockett bad.
He'd be great. The city
I
will go
want
nuts.
Tockett.
City will go
Tockett.
nuts.
Tocky hockey. That would be fantastic.
I was mentioning, I like your nice motorsport jacket. Randy, I think it was Randy in the chat, was like, Cuz should have a motorcycle helmet next to him. Like, yeah.
What's it called? Would you say I look like a...
The Syria boss. Yeah.
It's a
Like
damn
Juventus.
nice,
You should be like
damn
on the
nice
sidelines
jacket.
of Juventus. Like, yeah.
Sidelines of Juventus. Oh, that's great. All right, let's...
At any rate, Michkov said, Dos Vidania to that loser coach.
Dos Vidania. That's fantastic. They were doing shots of vodka last night. Oh, my God. All right, sit tight. We're going to tell us about some of our friends, and then Jimmy Steaks to talk opening day, which we love. Let's talk about Rothman, because, in fact, we have our doctor today. I'm very excited. We have our Rothman doctor today, Dr. Vaccaro. And he's a neck spine specialist.
It is not Dr. Vaccaro.
It is.
Oh, I got to hook up with this guy. He was the doctor when I came in the trauma unit. He was my doctor. I only know through the medical records.
No
I've
way.
never seen him yet.
So between you
That
and
is
Andrew,
crazy.
Dr. Vaccaro is going to fix you guys. You guys,
Yeah, we're getting fixed.
Well, he
you
saved
got
my
the
life,
neck,
man.
you got the back. Oh my God, so special. Thanks to our friends at Rothman. Again, they saved VG, man. VG was banged up bad in a car accident. Joints aching, hands cramping, back out of whack, whatever ails you, skeletal-wise, Rothman's got you at Rothman Orthopedics. Practicing specialized care has been their passion for over 50 years. Their mission has high-quality, compassionate, and affordable care that is rooted in research. Research leads to new treatments and better outcome. Each Rothman doc is laser-focused on their specialty: hip, knee, spine, neck, shoulder, right? Like with elbow. They have a team for each body part right here in our backyard. So you can cross over that defense. You can throw BP to your 12-year-old like I do. Root for our teams like no other fans in the country. They are Rothman Orthopedics. They specialize in you. 50 years. That's right. Rothman's participated in thousands of groundbreaking research and clinical trials. The goal of advancing knowledge, developing treatments, improving outcomes for the benefit of our patients. Rothman Orthopedics specialize in orthopedics, and you visit rothmanortho.com/PHLY to make an appointment today.
And we all know how important savings accounts are, and our friends over at TrueMark Financial Credit Union are there to help us out because it is spring, so why not spring into some savings? If you got some financial goals in mind, like maybe buying a house, dream vacation, building up that all-important emergency fund in case something happens to the car or the house, or it's never even too early to start saving for the holidays. TrueMark Financial Credit Union's got the perfect savings account for you. TrueMark Financial, they offer high-rate certificates and money market accounts to help your money grow a little faster and work a little harder for you than those regular big market Wall Street banks. TrueMark.com, check it out. TrueMark.com for rates and to learn some more about these savings opportunities. TrueMark Financial, they're federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender. Rates are subject to change. TrueMark.com. TrueMark.com. Check them out.
TrueMark.com now joining us. That's right. Our man to talk some Phillies opening day. He is the great Jim Steaks. Jim Salisbury doesn't get better for an opening day. To talk about it, Good morning, Steaks. How are you, pal?
Doing well. How about you guys?
Good.
Look how happy he is about that Dodgers win last night. He's glowing.
I'm ebullient. I don't have any of that. I don't have that drink that you and Marks are pounding over there.
Mine's just coffee. That's all mine is. Come on. So what did you make yesterday? Let's talk about it. People are freaking out. Our town is wild. It's just wild. It's five. I'm getting texts 5 innings into the game. Oh my gosh, they're trash. They stink. Strikeouts. The lineup sucks. Blah 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 blah. It's bizarre.
Well, that was the big hot button topic all winter. You know, the offense and the feast or famine nature of it, and the strikeouts, and then it kind of a lot of it. I didn't think they chased a lot. They just swung and missed a lot. But, you know, a lot of that reared its head there on opening day with the big glare on opening day. There's always so much attention paid to opening day. We treat it like a football game.
Yes. Yes.
But there was a legitimate challenge with the shadows, and it had an effect on both teams. And, you know, Gore's a good pitcher, and they struck out a lot. But once the shadows disappeared and Gore, you know, they removed him from the game. Phillies offense came alive, did just enough. They got a couple pretty good contributions out of the bullpen. They survived a rough spot from Romano, but all in all, anytime you win a ball game, it's a good thing, especially on opening day.
Yeah, and listen, the shadows are real. Like, that's not an excuse, especially when you're looking at a guy like Gore, who's got great stuff, who could bring it from the left side. And that shadow, I mean, you could see the shots. It's hard to pick up a ball like that.
No question. The background is kind of on fire.
Yeah.
And the ball is sort of like this dark black silhouette coming at you, and you're not picking up spin and the things that it's easy for us to talk about, but these guys are elite athletes, and this is stuff they've been doing their whole career, picking up spin and tracking pitches. And when
can't see the dot,
when you can't use your eyes, that's a big reason spring training is as long as it is. Hitters need to, get their eyes working and get their hands working and get their timing. And when you can't see the ball, it's hard to hit. That said, there's still going to be nights this year when they swing and miss a lot, and they have a bunch of strikeouts, and they leave a bunch of guys in scoring position, because that is kind of this offense's DNA. We've seen it now for a number of years. It's a lot of teams are like that. I think that the hope on the Phillies for 2025 is that they can shrink those periods. Those times when they have a lot of strikeouts, a lot of swing and miss, leaving a lot of guys in scoring position. So shrink the frequency of those occasions, and that might lead to some improvement. But I thought the same thing. As they were racking up strikeouts early, people are going to be going crazy, because this is what we talked about all winter. So
hey, real quick,
they got to win.
Why they got to do something about start times? What? There's no
It's all
need.
TV, man.
Yeah, but for what? That's not national game yesterday for watching.
Yeah, I think they want to get the working crowd, the half dayers out to the ballpark. The people work half day, and they want. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but
but you can't again either do it at 1 or do it at 6 or 5. Like, you got to do it at those shadows are too much. Like, it hurts the game, I think.
Yeah, I don't know that they're going to make any changes for shadows. We see postseason games starting the shadows.
I know.
Those are all dictated by.
That's a little different, because those are national.
TV.
Those are national games.
I agree with you. It's something they should probably consider, but I don't think they're going to start postponing or start moving time for shadows. I just don't. I mean, I've been dealing with shadows forever. I remember as a kid, watching. I grew up in New England, watching the Red Sox go into Anaheim, and the shadows when the big A was there, it was open, and the sun was setting. It was really hard to see. You'd hear it way back when. And Nolan Ryan would be on the mound. You can't see anything. So
I know. I just think it's such an unfair advantage to the pitcher.
It was for both teams.
You know.
It was for both teams. I mean, sure, Wheeler, I think, benefited from. He racked up a bunch of strikeouts, not as many as Gore. Wheeler pitched really well. Gore pitched really well, and hey, later start there won't be any over the weekend.
What'd you think? First of all, I loved what Harper said before the game. No more daycare. Daycare's done.
Yeah, I've thought that for a long time. I mean, Bohm was like 27 last year, wasn't he? I mean, yeah, these you look around baseball. This 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds make an impact. I don't think it's remarkable that 25, 6, 7-year-olds will make an impact. So, yeah, these guys have 3 postseasons under their belt. They're not young players anymore,
right?
You look at sometimes like Stott. Was he a rookie in 2022?
Yes,
he was.
Yes,
but he's playing shortstop in the World Series. I didn't really look at him as a rookie in the World Series. He had already
remember those great at bats,
an entire full season. I know he struggled in that World Series, but you got a full season under your belt. This is not a young team by any means.
Remember the at-bat he had against Strider? He had a couple great at-bats in that series against the Braves.
Yeah, this is not a young team. This is a veteran team. This is a team that's got high mileage, high experience, got postseason experience. It's got winning know-how. It's a team that's built to win. Whether or not they can do that, we're going to find out. It's about how you play. But this is, youth is not, to me, something that sticks out on this team. Even some of your, Christopher Sanchez, he's to me, he's a veteran now.
Right.
I'm trying to think who else is young on this team. Really, nobody. So, this is a veteran team, lots of experience.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love that. And look, I love the lineup yesterday. This is the way the lineup, in my mind, it works, right? Because you saw with the pitches that Bohm got to see when you're between Harper and Schwarber, you're going to see pitches, and that's what he does. He can produce.
Right. Oh, Bohm's a good hitter. That was a great at bat. He wasn't thinking, I'm going to drive this ball, into downtown D.C. He was thinking, I'm going to just drive this ball in the gap. But he always thinks that way. He's a gap-to-gap guy. But that was a real line drive approach. You could almost see him kind of sneak a little top hand in there. It was a short swing, even shorter than normal. Definitely shorter than he usually takes. He was looking to put the ball in play and do something, and he hits it to the gap. And great at bat. Big home run by Harper to electrify them and bring them alive. Big home run by Schwarber. The lineup. Trey Turner was encouraged by the number of pitches he saw, especially early in his first 2 at-bats. That was a good thing. And that's the lineup they were kind of leaning toward all winter. And then, I think they decided that we still want to look at the other one a little bit because, they had a lot of success with Schwarber. So he'll probably lead off against the righty tomorrow. But at some point, I think you might see Rob settle into something. And if he doesn't settle into something, okay. I don't think it's a big deal if you used to. I mean, guys like routines, but it's not like there's 5 and 6 different options. He's probably going to have maybe 2 options for a while. I think guys can succeed there and adapt. I mean, it's about it's something they've been doing their whole life. See the ball, hit the ball, swing at strikes, pick a good pitch, swing it and swing at it. I know that's gotten a little harder in this era because the stuff is so big.
Yes.
And the guys are so geared up to hit fastballs that, somebody drops something on you, it can make you look silly. And you have to be ready to hit the fastball really in any era, but especially in this era of the big fastballs with that carry through the zone. But, it's like football, blocking and tackling, baseball, swing at strikes, make the plays in the field.
Swing at strikes. Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Throw strikes. Swing at strikes.
Yeah.
Catch the ball.
Yes. Yeah. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. What do you think?
But it sounds easy, but it's a very, very hard game. Hard game to be good at. We all think we're good at it. It's a hard game to play at the elite level.
Yeah, without a doubt. My brother, what do you think of the bullpen?
Well, Kirkland gave up. I thought Kirkland was good. A couple little bleeders that, nothing he can do about. I thought he was good. Strom was encouraging for a guy who hadn't pitched a lot. Alvarado was, boom, boom, boom. He looks great.
He looks great, dude.
Yeah.
Yo stinks. Wow.
Big confidence.
That sinker. Woof.
Yeah. Yeah, he's throwing a two-seamer like triple digits, and now that curveball's in the back of guys' minds, and he's got that.
He's a little crazy with the cutter.
So.
The cutter was a little out of control yesterday, but the sinker was
he's going to have those because he throws so hard. Command occasionally can be an issue, and when he's got it going good, he's really good. Romano was. I like the signing a lot, and I think he's going to be a good contributor. He just looked a little nervous, like new.
He did.
First day in a new, like he looked
new
fidgety
school.
to me.
Yeah. Good analogy.
He even said after the game, his delivery was rushed, and he threw a lot of breaking balls. He didn't throw his fastball a lot. It was down in velo a little bit. I think because his mechanics were off, because maybe he was just, first day of new school, you get a little nervous. So hopefully he's got that one out of his system. But a good win. I mean, you look at it for a while. I was kind of having a flashback to Game 1 of the Mets series last October when Wheeler did what Wheeler does and pitched great like he did yesterday, and they're not scoring for him. I'm like, are they going to have another one of these games? But it was a good thing that MacKenzie Gore had to exit. It's funny. I was thinking about this because I don't even think he got to 100 pitches. I'd have to look at the box score.
No, I thought
93.
It was 93, yeah.
Okay, so he was at 93. There was a time when starters would come out of spring training. It was like a goal in terms of building readiness for the season that you'd get to 100 pitches, in your last start of spring training, or 95 pitches. So you'd be ready to get to 100 and maybe just, a little bit over in your first regular season start. And that's not something that happens anymore, really. I'd be really curious to see. I should go through all the box scores and see how many guys got to 100 pitches on opening day yesterday around baseball. It just seems like now guys
that doesn't happen.
They're not getting there until maybe another start or two. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you stayed in the game another inning, maybe it's a different ball game. So it was really good that they did see enough pitches to get him the heck out of there. And that's a good thing, especially first game of a series. You can start getting into another team's bullpen and kind of wear them down a little bit. That can really help you as the series goes on.
So I'm just looking.
Conversely, the Nationals were in the Phillies bullpen too. So
yeah.
But there is a day off today, so that had a little bit to do with it as well.
So
but what I'm saying is a good thing. Good thing that MacKenzie Gore was shaking hands after 6 innings.
Yeah. Skeens yesterday, 94 pitches.
Severino pitched 99.
Alcantara, 91. Peralta, 93. Rodon, 89. I mean, that's what you get, right?
Yeah. I remember covering Schilling. He'd get 127 on opening day.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about this in spring training with me and Matt Gelb were looking up Schilling's first start from 1997 in Dodger Stadium when he was negotiating a contract extension. And he signed it the next day. He was just so revved up, and he beat the Dodgers that day. I wonder what his pitch count was that day. I think he went 8 innings. And they got to protect guys. And I realize you need to protect guys. The playoffs are longer than ever, especially in the Phillies case where Zack Wheeler is so important. Aaron Nola is so important. Sanchez is going to be so important. The Dodgers, who are really at the cutting edge of a lot of stuff, they're really – I've read a lot this spring about how they're really prioritizing having their starters, healthy and with plenty of tread on their tire come October. They're fooling around with 6-man.
Yeah.
And so a lot of teams, because that's where the prize is. And when you're a team like the Phillies, as explosive as their offense can be on any given night when they're not racking up a lot of strikeouts and when they're having a good night, I still think they're a pitching-based team, starting rotation pitching-based team.
Definitely. You're spot on. I would deploy the 6-man too. When especially once you get Painter up here, And
Now and then. I would sprinkle it in. I would drop him
Yeah.
in, drop people, and try to give extra day here and there, with balancing.
Except
the fact
Wheeler
that
hates it.
Right. You have to balance the fact that Wheeler likes to
Yeah.
stay on the 5th day, but I think there's ways to do that, and preserve Wheeler for the big month, the holy month, October, baseball's holy month.
Yeah, you know what's funny though about Wheeler? I love that dude. That dude, he's Halliday. Like when you watch him, he just is such a bulldog, right? Like he's such. He comes at you I just love him. I love his approach. He's big, strong, nasty, and he just wants to eat you. You know?
Yeah. It's always been a good comp, him and Halliday. They're very similar in demeanor, both kind of strong and quiet and focused. Roy was very quiet and very, very focused. You didn't want to really go near him.
No,
on game day. You didn't
forget
really
about
want
it.
to go near him after he pitched poorly. And Zach's got a little bit of that in him. Zach might have a little more personality.
Yeah.
A little more. Occasionally will crack a smile, but they're both very intense competitors who, when they're on the mound, they want to rip your head off.
Yeah, which I love that. I absolutely love it. Like he come out yesterday. He dialed in, man.
Dude, I bring it up all the time. Like when he's warming up at Citizens Bank Park, that Allison Chains Rooster song is such a nasty song for him to
it's
warm
great.
up to.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Jimmy, what do you expect out of Luzardo? You think you'll see a little nerves from him tomorrow?
I don't know. He's a pretty cool customer, man. But hey, a lot of expectations on this team. He ain't pitching for the Marlins anymore.
Good point.
Every game in Philadelphia is scrutinized very intensely because of the market, because of the expectations. World Series or bust. He's on a staff that pushes each other, a lot of internal competition. I think he'll be ready. I think he'll compete. I don't know. I always think it's good to have a few butterflies and have that healthy nervousness. It shows you care, shows how much it means to you. But then when you're on the rubber, you got to channel it. That "Here Comes the Rooster" song, I heard some stuff about the history of that song.
Yeah, what you hear?
The lead singer there, his grandmother used to call him the Rooster.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, look it up.
All right. The video's got a lot. The video's got a lot of
Rooster knowledge for you, Jimmy.
Yeah, like Vietnam throwback in the video and stuff. Maybe
But
there's some
that was
relation
the
to it.
I heard that was like the genesis of that song. His grandmother nicknamed him the Rooster. I don't know what's his name, the lead singer.
Lane Staley. He has since passed, but yeah, Lane
Oh,
Staley.
jeez, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
Oh, I didn't know. I mean, he passed.
I just like
he's not
useless.
related
like
to him.
25 years ago. He passed.
I like useless trivia like that.
That's good.
Nice.
That's awesome. Are you kidding me? I love it.
I like that. I like that song too.
It's a great song.
Jimmy, what'd you eat yesterday during the game?
So my wife made like a white bean and chicken chili.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
She tries to keep me on the healthy,
Good. Good. That's good, man.
And I'll go out on Monday. I'll go to the game and I'll mainline a few hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VG brought in his couple dogs yesterday. We celebrated. Nothing like having it back, buddy. It's the best, man. It's the great companion. Baseball. It's the great. We have our first tournament this weekend. Jimmy, 12U. We go
Nice.
to Ripken in Maryland, and they have all the replica ballparks: Fenway, Citizens Bank, Wrigley. It's such a. You ever been to that complex?
I've never been in it. I've driven by it a lot. I got to get down. When are you playing?
We're for tomorrow morning and Sunday. We have games 8 a.m. and 12:30 tomorrow, and then Sunday depends on what we do. But we'll play Sunday too. Yeah, it's a great place, man. Because all the parks are, and then the old one, the big park where they play the tournament championship games, is the Baltimore. Was it Memorial?
Camden Yards, right?
No, you're right. It's Camden Yards, but there was the old Baltimore. They have the old Baltimore Stadium too.
Oh, they have a memorial stadium replica?
Yeah. It's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, you would love it.
Oh yeah, I love baseball fields.
Yeah, me too.
Period.
Yeah,
Like
it's good
country
stuff.
baseball fields with trees around them. And,
Yeah, into the trees. It's the greatest, dude. Yes.
I love when I drive by a school and the baseball field's in front, and I always say, there's a school with its priorities straight.
Love it. I love it. Buddy, you're the greatest. We had to share opening day with you and your thoughts. We will be bugging you each week. You'll be on the show talking Phillies baseball, doing your stuff. You are preeminent. So we're lucky to have you.
That was great chatting with you, and it's just the beginning. We've only just begun.
Yes.
We've only just begun. You don't know that song?
Karen Carpenter.
Yeah. I always get sad when I think of the Carpenters. I don't know. They have a sad mood.
That's kind of
energy.
awkward, no? VG singing that song?
It was a little bit, yeah.
Classic, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Nothing awkward.
We got
about
Alice in Chains and the Carpenters.
Yeah,
that. You don't get that anywhere
Give
else.
it a rooster.
Here they come to stop the rooster.
All right, I'm going to go look up that song to make sure I'm right.
That's
People in the
Jimmy.
chat are saying it's maybe one of the dads, one of the guitar player's dad was a Vietnam vet, and they based it around that or something. So that's what
All
they're
right.
saying
Yeah,
in the
but
chat.
the grandmother of one of the
Get the
singers,
grandmother.
guy who wrote
Get the
song,
grandmother.
Yeah, used to call him Rooster. Like,
All right.
you know
I
who the Rooster
I
was?
trust Jimmy.
Yeah.
States knows that stuff.
Yeah, like the Rooster, Rick Burleson. Remember the Rooster, Rick?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do remember
do
Rick
not.
Burleson. You don't remember anything.
I don't.
Thanks, Jimmy. You're the best, Steaks.
Okay, enough of that.
There he is, Jimmy Steaks. We appreciate it as always.
If I didn't know better, I think Jimmy Steaks was on a gummy. He's very chill.
No, that's what he
I
is.
know,
a
he's
chill
always
guy.
like that,
He's always
yeah.
chill like that. He's a
So they're saying Jordan Romano looks like Lil Dicky.
wow. That's awesome. That's actually a great call. I like that a lot. That's a great call. That's fair. Did you see the bro? Bro walked in here.
Yeah, I think he was in the fridge looking.
Yeah, he was
to
looking
see
for
what's in the fridge.
leftovers, if there was any.
He heard steaks are coming today. He made sure he's here early.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Look at that. He's in here early.
Yeah.
We got some Skinny Joey cheesesteaks coming. So we're looking forward to
Can't
that.
wait.
Friday steaks.
Yep.
Just start off with Jimmy Steaks. We'll finish with some steaks.
That's right. Time now for the brain.
Brain. Red, the brain finder.
Oh, we got lots to go over, brain.
there he is.
Top of the morning to you, buddy.
Wait, first I gotta say, Jordan Romano looks like he's pitching like that rapper too.
It's
Not
one
only
game,
looking like
Brain.
him.
One game. He had his velo was good. Come on.
Everybody's a
I'm just,
critic.
but you
Everybody's
guys know
a
where I
critic.
just came from, right? Do you guys know where I just came from?
The slopes.
No, I just came back from the doctor. Was at the proctologist because VG kicked my so he's getting checked out.
He's got
making
material.
Making
So
sure that
the big showdown between the brain and the trash man.
Trash man up.
it
Trash
wasn't a
man
showdown.
strikes first.
It wasn't even a showdown.
Trash
it was
man had
just like,
Bama, and the brain
Laugh-
had BYU.
He tried to.
Yeah,
He egged me on too.
BYU.
BYO. I mean, it's fun. It was at halftime. You see, Alabama was like 15 for 30 and 3, and BYU was 1 for 13. It just wasn't going to be their game.
I mean, they shot right. Like you don't see shooting performances like that. I mean, they put up 113 points.
Yeah,
they could have put up 130 in a 40-minute game. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, that's just the big dogs playing against these Mormon kids. Come on.
Yeah, I got to tell you a story though. It's funny. In the second game or the last one, it was 4 games, but the whatchamacallit game, the Arkansas game.
Yeah.
I made a very, very large wager at halftime on Arkansas to win the game. Very large bet. And no joke, they're up 16 with like 4 minutes left where I was. I shut it off, I turn it off, and I get a panic call from my betting partners. What are you doing? Are you getting out of this game? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like the game's in overtime. I'm like, I'm like, shut the you know what up. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, they got on this crazy run. And man, that was an unpleasant surprise for me.
Oh no! Did you get out of it?
I did, but I still ended up losing about a third of a unit because I had to lay $1.50-ish on Texas Tech in the overtime. So yeah, it wasn't good. I still did okay. I did bet, in fairness to me, I did bet Alabama in the second half. But
I told him you conceded. You conceded at halftime.
I did. You know what's funny? I always say, would you rather be consistent? Or would you rather be right?
Oh yeah, that's your.
I'm wrong enough times to know I'd rather be right. I don't need to be consistent. I got to, whatever's out there, I have to change with the data. But credit to VG on that performance on that game. I now need one of the biggest clutch coaches of all time. And no, I'm not talking James Franklin. I'm talking Rick Barnes on my side.
Good luck with that.
On my side.
Good luck. I would hate to have my reputation rested on Rick Barnes, but good luck.
You know what, man? I may have to manufacture a disagreement in the Final Four, man. In the final, listen. I can't fall behind by 2. This is a must-win game.
Sure you don't want to take Michigan?
Sure
you don't want to take your boys in Michigan?
Oh hell no. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. And even though I don't really trust this Auburn team at all enough, but no, I Michigan, I can't get myself around them. But interested, did you guys see the lines in the 2 Elite Eight games?
Yeah,
I got them both right.
Florida 6.5 and Duke 6.5.
I thought they'd both be 6.5. So it was like, oh, for me, I was hoping like for some kind of like whatever. But it should be interesting. You had both games at the same. I was hoping maybe somehow Duke would be a little lower, but I
like Duke in the game.
They should score so many points against Alabama. It's a joke.
I mean, look, you could do that to BYU. You could play no defense and run by them.
Yeah.
I think Duke wins by double digits, and I think they put up 90.
I agree. I actually do agree with you on both those accounts. I think Duke will probably win by double digits, and I think they do put up 90. I agree with you fully. But look, the games last night, Florida, great second half. Anthony, VG, Alabama had it the entire way, and then Arkansas, man, Calipari. I didn't think. I mean, obviously
he's a great coach, dude. He's just
But when he lost to Kansas when they were up 7 with like a minute and a half left. That was a really tough. This one wasn't as bad as that because the stakes weren't as high. But man, you're up 16 late.
Yeah, you got to close it out. You're right.
You got to close. No, man, listen. You just got to close it out. It's not blaming him.
Texas Tech, man. I mean,
they're missing McMillan. See, it's funny. McMillan's their best shooter. He shoots 43% from 3. He averages 15 a game. Arguably their best player. He's not played these last 3 games, and every time he hasn't played, their performance has been affected. I really think, if they really want to do something great, they're going to need him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to play or not, but he's one of the best shooters in college basketball. And without him, I mean, that was a lucky win. But I always say you want to get lucky in the biggest spots. You're not going to get much luckier than that. Tough loss for Arkansas.
So how do you handicap Florida and Texas Tech after that? Because when you survive like that, it gives you and Florida. Look. They ran away from Maryland. Maryland plays 5 guys, right? So
they had no depth.
They ran away from Maryland. But I got to be honest with you, and I picked Florida to get to the final. I don't really like the way they've played this whole tournament.
No, you know what's funny, Anthony? An interesting stat in the history of the college basketball tournament. Give you a couple good nuggets every now and then. I think this is good.
You always have good nuggets.
There's only been one team in the history of the tournament, Arizona, when they won it, that has been 0-2 the first 2 games of the tournament covering that ended up winning the tournament. So think about that. I was like, come on.
Who are you? You had the teams?
It was just only one team, just Arizona.
It was just
Arizona's the only team.
Oh,
when they won it with like Miles Bibby. Remember
I remember Miles Bibby.
Miles Simon, Mike Bibby. Yeah, like way back when.
I covered that team. 97-ish?
Yeah, but something like that. Yeah. I think it was 97.
Yeah.
And that was the only team ever that went 0-2 in the first 2 rounds against the number and still got home and won the tournament. Wow. Another interesting stat, there's never been a team to go to the Final Four ever that was not in the preseason top 25. And St. John's didn't get it done. Michigan State still trying.
Wow, that's wild.
Michigan State was not in the top 25?
They were not.
No, not to start the season. But then again,
starts-
Kansas was number 1. So
And Gonzaga was number 7.
Gonzaga, yeah, exactly. Iowa State, yeah, it's funny. Look, things do and can change for sure. But yeah, Anthony, I know what you're saying about Florida, but it's funny. This whole college, again, all these teams to a certain extent can be beat. I mean, look, we saw Duke last night. Look, heck, they were up by 20 points. They got cut to like what, 5?
Yeah.
I give Arizona credit. I mean, they fought hard.
Boys, they couldn't get it closer than the 5 or 6. They just every time they got
I
it
give
near
them
5 or 6,
credit,
they
but-
broke away.
But they listen, but Duke, but that's why Duke's just a more talented team at the end of the day, VG, which you know, and then but they did cover. They got there for their backers, more importantly.
Yes, they did.
So they did get there for their backers. But look, Duke's going to be a really, really tough team to beat. And I don't think Alabama's going to be the team to do it.
I mean,
So we'll
granted, if
see.
Alabama shoots 50% from 3 again, I mean, they can beat anybody.
Yeah, well, listen, they
but
always have that
they're just
puncher's
streaky.
chance.
Yeah.
They always have that puncher's chance. Look, I feel a little silly now. It's funny because I had an Alabama ticket at 25-1 before the year to win the tournament. And I bet the no on them laying about that same price. I'm like, I don't like this Alabama team. I'll just get my money back. They're not winning it. Now, again, I don't think they're winning it, but obviously, you know, the odds went way down now from the 25-1. So, but we'll see. I don't think they're going to, I really don't think this team, the way they play defense, I think it's going to be hard.
Yeah,
Hard
I don't
for
see
this
it.
team. Like there's going to be a spurt where I think Duke just scores like 15 in a row.
Yeah, I love
really
Duke
believe
tomorrow
that.
night. I love them. I just think they roll.
But you have to admit, it isn't cheap. It isn't cheap. I mean, I think that they'll get it done, but it's not like they're laying.
Well,
where they kind of if they're laying 4.5, 4. They're like if they win by 7. It's not a. You know,
By the way, in the 5 seconds we've been talking, it went up to 7.5.
they're listening to you. Smart people out there.
Wow, that's bizarre. I just looked at it. Just went up to 7.5. They're both 6.5. They just went up to 7.5.
There you go. Yeah,
That's
but
nuts.
it's gonna. Yeah, but Duke matchup wise, you're talking about matchups and everything. I just don't know how this Alabama team. They're gonna have to play. They're gonna have to play like they did last night offensively, and hope to be in a 50-50 game where the game's like 98-95 or you know what I mean, or 94-93, like just something where they just play insane offensively. Because I can't see any scenario where Duke doesn't score 90 plus points. I just can't see that.
I know. What is their? Let me look at their team.
Their team total with the total, I think it's 175. So it's probably going to be. It's going to be 175 is what 90 and 85. So it's probably going to be around 89ish.
89. Yeah. I mean, I could totally see that. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's really not crazy though because
it's
this
not.
matchup wise they really
Correct.
should get it. I think they're going to.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless Alabama like just was like playing possum for 35 games in a row, which I don't think is the case. I don't
I mean,
I don't think
BYU's
the
defense is like 80 or like 85th compared to
I
Duke
knew
is
that
like
coming
3rd.
in. I did know that coming in, but look, you know what it was? They did not shoot well from the 3. And look, again, Alabama played. Listen, I always say, like, when a team shoots the ball really well from 3, they're going to look pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so they looked pretty good. Again, VG's up 5-4. I need Rick Barnes to make it 5-5 because I do not want to fall behind.
All right. Well, let's go.
I need a miracle because my Kentucky, you know my Kentucky
All
guys.
right, well,
they
let's
got
go
to
over
come out.
tonight.
Bias.
Let's go over tonight. We'll start with that game. All right.
Yeah.
So Tennessee 4.5. You know who likes Kentucky? Dick Girardi.
I always
I feel
respect
good
DJ.
then. I feel good then.
Yeah. Dick
You know, I
Girardi
did
likes
hear another
Kentucky.
interesting stat. When teams were 0-2 in the tournament, I think it was against a certain team playing the 3rd time, they were like 21-10 against the number.
Wow.
So like that favors Tennessee, which I thought was interesting. Look, we'll see. Tennessee beat them twice. I'm sorry,
Kentucky beat them twice. Yeah.
I think the tempo is an
once
issue. I
is
mean, the Kentucky tempo, I mean, Tennessee likes to slow it down and play that defensive slow game. Kentucky's the opposite. I
Yeah.
mean, Kentucky
Well,
can
they got to
dictate it's a
score.
problem.
I mean, it's all about scoring. Like what the reason the Kentucky beat them twice is they outscored them. Now, let's see if they could do it again in a
see if they can do it
deliberate
again.
big play. Like it's a lot. It's one thing playing defense in January and February. It's another thing playing defense in March.
Yeah, listen, it should be an interesting. I mean, and I don't love Kentucky's depth either. You talked about Maryland having 5 guys. Kentucky's lost some guys to injury,
Yeah.
Anthony. So I don't. I mean, I think that's something to consider. Again, and I get it. Like Tennessee, death taxes Tennessee in these big spots. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm literally, I know what I'm doing, and I think I know what I'm doing, and then I'll be, like, tomorrow I'll be like, God, what was I thinking? But I think I think he can get through this game. I think he can get through this game. We will see. But it's this is out of the 4 games that are going tonight. This is my favorite one. I ended up, by the way, getting out of. I know we talked about, guys, the Michigan State game. I had a Michigan State ticket -2.5. Ended up taking +4. Maybe I get lucky with a crazy middle.
I like Ole Miss in the game. I think Ole Miss wins the game outright.
Yeah, I love Ole Miss.
Yeah, the more I dived in deeper, I'm like, you know what? I hate taking teams, and here I am taking Tennessee. I hate taking teams that can't shoot, can't score. And Michigan State, as good of a coach as they have, this is a team that could just go through a 5-minute, 6-minute stretch without scoring a point.
Well, they can't shoot the 3. I mean, that's a big problem.
But what they do, they
fast
defend
break.
the 3. I think they only allow opponents shoot 29% from 3, which is
28%.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that is.
Yeah.
Like, as a fan, and again, I can't stand the 3, so I like it when teams get punished when they don't make 3s. I can't stand it. But it is, if I was a college basketball coach, with the rules being the rules they are, I would only care about 2 things. Literally 2 things. Defending the 3 and making my 3s. Everything else, I'll deal with. And give credit to Izzo. I mean, 28%, Anthony. Is that? I mean, I haven't heard of a percentage that good, and I don't even know. That's almost impossible.
There's one other team. I'm trying to remember who it is that really defends it close to it, like 29%. That's still playing. I don't know if it's Houston.
It's funny. Houston's always been good defensively. It's funny, he's a great coach too. I don't know. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
He is a great coach. No.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think so. So I like Ole Miss in the game. I think, here's the thing. I know they defend the 3, Michigan State, but I think the guard play, Ole Miss, they get to the basket. So they'll get to the basket. I think they'll get through the lane. They'll get to the basket. So that's an interesting game. I
think they need Richardson, Michigan State, to actually really step up and have. And I've seen in him, he's had big games, and I've also seen him where he's laid eggs like the Easter Bunny. So are you getting the Easter Bunny Richardson, or are you getting the guy who comes up really big? And I think he's the guy for that team that actually does. He's the one guy to me in that entire team that has the ability to maybe break out and have a really good game offensively. And they're to me, again, a version of St. John's, right? There's going to be that game when you watch them and it's just ugly where they can't score.
Yeah.
So that's my worry about Michigan State.
All right. Let's go to your alma mater, Michigan and Auburn. So it's 8.5. It's a big number, man. Like,
it's a big number. It is a big number.
I mean, and the one thing about those 2 7-footers is they're formidable, man. They pass, they can move the ball. Like, they're formidable. But I'm with you. All year long, I didn't get them, but they're both good players.
They are good players. And one thing I've seen with Auburn, I've seen Auburn sometimes struggle rebound-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's not what they do great. And again, you have the 2 7-footers. That's where Michigan can potentially win the game. Now, if I'm Michigan, May, I think, has been just an incredible coach, because I don't think this is an ultra-talented team. Yeah, they have the big bigs, the 2 bigs who are good. Don't love their guard play at all. They don't shoot the 3 great. But they usually get decent quality looks, decent quality shots. But I still just think this is a team that's won a lot of close games this year. I think they've won more games decided by 3 points or less than any team in college basketball.
Yeah.
So in a close game, a close spot, that's what they've been able to do. But I just think talent-wise, over a 40-minute game.
Yeah.
Over a 40-minute game.
They're stepping up in class. Yeah.
I think they're stepping up in class. And I think that they will not. I think that Auburn will find a way to cover this game. I think they win between 6 and 15. I do. I think it'll be probably a little bit like that Florida game last night against Maryland. Michigan, I can see hanging close for a while. Last 15 minutes, last 12 minutes, I think that's when we'll maybe just the talent disparity will maybe start to show itself through.
It could get ugly because Michigan does not protect the ball. Their turnover machine.
Turn it over a lot, VJ.
And that plays right into Auburn. They go right into transition.
And they can't come back on them. Here's the one thing. Like, if Auburn's out to a lead, then
Nailed
that's
him.
where you go to Brad's in game and go pound no whatever the number is, because Michigan can't get back. They can't claw
They don't
back
shoot
into the game.
threes.
Yeah.
No.
And they don't shoot threes. Again, when you have a team, it's one thing if you have a team that is down by 17 or whatever. It's like, all right, well, they shoot the three well, right? We could theoretically, if we make 4 or 5 threes, all right, and we get a couple stops, now it could be a 9-point game. Okay, now the game's somewhat close again. With Michigan, they just don't have that ability, in my opinion,
Right.
if they do fall behind. So I agree with what you just said, Anthony. Like, again, I think for Michigan to have any chance here, not saying anything, that people probably don't know, but I think they kind of really have to be playing from ahead, because I do not like their chances at all if this game starts off poorly for them.
All right, and the fourth game tonight, I love Houston. I think Houston is underrated. They are good offensively and defensively. And this Purdue team, it's funny, DJ and I were talking about it last night. They succumbed to some guard pressure. And Houston's too good defensively. I think they disrupt Purdue. I think this game is the route.
This is, Anthony, let me ask you a question. How many years has Sampson been there?
Oh,
do you know?
Man, I don't know offhand. I look it up.
I'm sure, because it's funny. He's I mean, and I got to look up here because it's funny. I feel like there's just always been that team where they're always top, literally seems like top 2, almost defensively, and offensively you're always like, man, do they have enough to get it done? I feel like
he's been there since 2014.
Wow. Okay. And I'm curious. Yeah. So I'm curious. But see, like, he's really, since he's gotten there, he's made that program really top notch. Where they've become really tough, really good. This I actually think is maybe their best offensive team they've had.
Agree.
Since they've been there, I think so at least. We're right up there now. I will say this: my favorite spot in this particular game, and I know we're talking about how they're better offensively, but I like under in the first half. I think it should be around 63.5-ish. I don't trust Purdue to score here, and I never will take an over in a game because of the fouling. I mean, the fouling theatrics, and I'm not blaming people. They're down 12 points with 4 seconds left. Well, maybe we'll get a miracle. We'll foul. It just never ends. So if you're betting an under and a total in a game, good luck with that. I don't care how much on the right side you're on. You could just get unlucky. But in the first half, you get a true number, and I think it's going to be hard for Purdue to score many points in the first half.
Well, check this out, Brad. I have this nugget I was going to bring up. Purdue's lost the first half in each of their last 3 games against ranked opponents in neutral venues. So I was looking at Purdue's plus 4.5.
Let's look at a football stadium too.
Yeah.
I always like the unders in the football stadiums.
Yeah.
I hate the football. I've been, you guys, I know
I've covered a million of them. Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah,
they're horrible.
It's horrible. Like,
the depth perception.
For everyone watching, unless you've been there, I don't think you understand how it's really like not a good scenario for the players. It truly isn't. It's like, it almost reminds me of, in football terms, if you have to play in negative 4-degree weather, not that you can't play, but it's different and it's going to be more challenging. It is hard to just get their depth perception, in my opinion. That's why I always like to get those first half unders. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to adjust. And I just think Purdue's going to struggle to score here. In general, these teams play at slow paces.
Yes.
Even though I said Houston's better offensively, they still play at a slow pace.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I agree.
Give me under in the first half.
I like it. I think it's a great play. Great play. Hey, all right. What do you got? Baseball? Any baseball? Like looking at this weekend?
I got a couple. I have one. It's funny. I felt bad. I had a prop I really loved yesterday. It was Hunter Green over strikeouts, and he did get there for me. And I forgot to say it, but today was one prop I liked, and it's interesting. I always say if I got to bet numbers,
right?
Not teams or players. What I think, and I don't like this guy. He's had a great career, but I think he's at the end. But I still think his numbers is too low. Charlie Morton over 3.5 strikeouts. 25-5 last year.
Wow.
25-5. I get the hate.
Low, man. Wow.
I get the hate, but that's a little too much hate for me.
Yeah.
I just think that's too low of a number. I would have had it at 4.5 for sure. Maybe even close to 5.
Who are they playing?
Toronto, who's usually around the 10th hardest team traditionally strike out.
They don't strike out a ton.
They don't strike out a ton, so it's not the best matchup. But 3.5 to me, again, 25-5. Last year, still 25-5. And then quick guys, if I have a chance in the NBA, Walker Kessler's last 30 is 20-10, over 10.5 rebounds, Utah Jazz. Jokic, 20 and 10 his last 30, under 29.5 points. They play the Jazz. I'm expecting Anthony him to play, let's call it maybe 29 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
So if he averages 37 minutes, I'm expecting they're a 15, 16-point favorite.
Yeah.
He's going to lose, I think, 7 or 8 minutes. Give me his under.
Yeah.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. went
I
to
wonder
the
if
best school in
Kessler
the world.
plays, though. They had a game last night. So
Yeah, but they didn't play many minutes. He doesn't need many. So what I like about Kessler, he gets in limited minutes.
Rebounds. He gets volume rebounds.
He rebounds like crazy in limited minutes.
You know who puts up numbers on that team when he plays, and he'll play tonight? Filipowski.
Oh, I bet Filipowski's PRA over.
Yeah.
It was 20. Was it 22 and a half? I'm trying to think what it was. I bet his PRA over. I wasn't going to give that out in the show, but I actually did bet his over in PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. He's been good.
Yeah.
It's funny. I can't stand how these teams just dump and tank, whatever.
I know.
But
No,
he's
it's
been. And the last
terrible.
one,
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway Jr. over 8.5 points, 43 and 26 for the year. He's averaging 10.5. I'll take the 2-point discount. Sure, give it to me.
What's the matter?
Yeah, Tim Hardaway over 8.5 points. Crazy.
Anyone who goes to a school like
love
that,
that
you
you
got to
find
back
them.
VG. You know that. When you go to a school as good as Tim Hardaway Jr. went, you back him. You don't ask questions.
Hey, can I get your advice on one? I was thinking about Dylan Cease over 6.5 strikeouts today against the Braves.
Well, first of all, it was fine. I looked at this because and this actually surprised me. I saw 5.5 and I passed. You know why I passed VG? In his 32 starts last year, he was 16 and 16 over 5.5 strikeouts, which really surprised me. Really surprised me. Coupling that with the fact opening day, maybe they don't go quite as many innings.
Right.
So I passed at 5.5. It's 6.5.
Yeah.
I would actually lean under.
Okay, cool.
Let me ask you a question, just for baseball situation. Yeah. The Dodgers are so inflated. Now, they're 3-0, right? They win yesterday. They beat Scuba. But, man, like, Flaherty's pitching for the Tigers, and they're like plus 2-1 against Yamamoto.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Well, Flaherty had an interesting year last year. In the first 3/4 of the year.
I get it, I'm with you. I remember him. We talked about him last year. My only point is, they're going to tax the hell out of you. You know, I mean, is it worth just almost blindly taking the dog because it's going to be 4 to? You're going to have to do the math. You're the math guy.
Well, if they're supposed to win about 2 out of every 3 games, Anthony, think about it. They're over under right now, sitting around 105.5. So that's about 2 out of 3. 108 would be 2 out of 3 exactly. And they're laying 200. If you're taking 200 and they win 2 out of their 3 games, you know, you're breaking even, which isn't the worst thing. But again, now if Flaherty was getting plus
250,
230 here, then maybe I would bite at 200. I think the Dodgers go 2-1. I do, not more than that.
Now, the only thing is, I look at them and I go, they're really good, but they got some age on them. And, you know, are they going to win 120 games? Like, I don't think they're going to.
No.
It's baseball. It's baseball. So they're going to win 100 games.
Yeah, probably a little more than that. But
you get
I'll
my
call
point.
105.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, but again, if you can get over 2-1 odds, pick your spots. Sure. And again, I'm never paying for home field in baseball. I would always take the games in Dodger Stadium and give me an extra like 40 cents. I'll gladly take the extra 40 cents because I don't care if it's at Dodger Stadium versus what, you know, if it's Pittsburgh's playing with Skeens in PNC Park. You know, who cares? You know, I don't care. Skeens is going to shut you out, whatever stadium he's pitching in. So I'd rather take the number getting a higher price in Dodger Stadium.
It's so interesting. Yeah.
Dodgers.
Phillies. What do you think the Phillies tomorrow?
What was the matchup tomorrow?
So it's Luzardo tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it was okay. I didn't know if Luzardo was pitching game 2 or game 3. Yeah, look, Luzardo's always a guy. He's always been one of my guys.
Luzardo, Jake Irvin.
Yeah, Jake. Well, Jake. I'm not a huge Jake Irvin guy. I haven't seen the opening. The Phillies are going to be a big favorite there. Phillies are going to be a big favorite. I'm sure they'll be probably. I think probably around 150ish, what I think would be a fair price. Haven't seen the number yet, but. I actually do like Luzardo. I like that trade.
Yeah, I like him too. Yeah.
I think he's one of those guys that has potentially. Again, you worry about injuries with Luzardo, but even you look at 2 years ago, his K rate, I think he struck out over 200 guys. I think he's one of those guys that may
take his over strikeouts tomorrow because it's a 405 start again. There's shadows again. I think Luzardo racks up 8 Ks tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he certainly could. And again, I do like Luzardo. Who are you comparing? Yeah, you compared Zack Wheeler to Roy Howard. I was like, that's such a good comp. They really do remind me of each other. Like
it's
the way
uncanny.
they
move.
the consistent, but it's the consistency.
Yeah.
What always-
Power. They throw heavy balls. If he's going to laugh. But that's what they do, right? I know Andrew's going to laugh. He throws a heavy ball and he's laughing.
Yeah,
but he does. It's hard to get lift off those guys.
The consistency. They're never every start. It's just amazing to just always be every outing he gives you.
It's how you handle them. Like you can't. It's hard to handle their stuff.
Who was the better free agent signing? I'll give you this last thing. I'll let you go on this note, guys. Saquon Barkley, Zack Wheeler, Bryce Harper.
Wow.
Rank those 3. Probably the best 3 I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Because all 3 were A+. And Schwarber can't quite as good as that, but that's another great signing. But how would you rank those 3?
Barkley won.
Yeah, you got the Super Bowl with Barkley, so it's number 1.
I mean, really Bryce, but you can't discount the Super Bowl because Barkley assures the Super Bowl. Like they win because of him.
Yeah. No, again, he changed the entire landscape.
I don't think they win the Super Bowl if Miles Sanders is the back.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Because they wouldn't. You know what it is? I actually think they would have obviously won the Super Bowl itself against Kansas City because that was. Although you could say that
defense.
Spags was. But their defense was. But it was like you look at that Rams game, and then he set the tone in the Washington game.
Yeah.
With the big run on that first play.
Yeah.
And all those big runs in the Rams game. Like that's where they would have lost. They wouldn't have gotten to the Super Bowl.
I agree.
They wouldn't have gotten there.
I'm with you. That's great stuff. Brain,
appreciate you guys.
Great weekend, buddy.
Good luck tonight, Brain.
VG, congratulations.
Brain, no Fox tomorrow. I have a baseball tournament in the morning.
Okay, brother. Oh yeah. First of all, I always pass that. That is so cool, Anthony. I always pass that. I didn't know they have the replica stadium.
Oh, it's awesome.
I want to go now.
You should.
That sounds like the coolest thing I've heard in my life. No joke.
Dude, imagine if we were 12 years old, we would be in
I'm 54 years old. I'm going crazy.
I know. It's the coolest thing in the world, brother. I freaking love it. I can't wait. I'll be on the road at 5:30 tomorrow.
If I was in that area,
I would have driven up and meet you.
I'm not lying. I really would have. I would have loved.
It's
to
awesome.
have seen that.
It's so cool.
Well, I hope your son and your family enjoy it because
Thanks, buddy.
this, man. Yourself, Dad. These moments, before you know it, they're
I
gone.
know. I
enjoy
cherish them. Thanks, pal.
Enjoy it.
Love you,
guys.
buddy.
I'll
See you,
you
pal.
guys. Be good. Have a good weekend.
Brain. Yeah, I love that place, man. That place is.
You hitting the road 5:30?
Yeah, we'll leave at 5:30. Mm-hmm. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from my house.
Getting the kids up that early. So are they excited? Will they be excited for it?
It's just Massimo.
All right.
Yeah, coax him with like a Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Mox will be excited for it?
No, he'll be miserable. That's what he does. He's a miserable kid in the morning. So I'll get up. I'll call him 20 times. Come on, Dad. Let's go, Dad. I'll go start the car, warm the car up for him.
Warm the car up for
him?
I
do. I do it for
nice,
school
Dad.
every day.
That's
keep
a nice dad.
Keep the muscles limber in the ride.
Come on, Dad. Wake up. Get your... What are we wearing? Pinstripes, Dad.
Do you pack? Is everything packed and ready to go the night before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll go. I'll get on the road. I'll get a cup of coffee. Right? I'll get him a donut.
There you go.
And then the first game's at 8 o'clock. So we got to be there at 7.
8 a.m.
There's Danny. He knows. Come on, Danny. Come on in. We have to do commercials, but you don't mind.
Good, man.
No, we were talking about we got a tournament at Ripken tomorrow.
Love that.
Have you been to Ripken? You've probably been there.
Beautiful facility.
Isn't it incredible?
It's awesome.
So the game's at 8. The first game's at 8.
What time are you leaving?
5:30.
Yeah.
Because the first game's at 8. We got to be there at 7 because you take BP.
Yeah, minimum hour before the game.
Yeah. So we meet at 7 at the cages.
Let's go.
All right.
That's big time.
I
man.
think
it's fun.
Let's go.
There's a part of me, I think I would just get a hotel the night before and crash down there.
This bougie VG, man. Look at this guy, man.
I hate that. I'm not a great morning rush around. Travel 3 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the morning.
Here's the problem. You can't go all these hotels. First of all, we're in South Carolina this year.
What?
Myrtle Beach.
Wow.
That's
so
bougie.
So I have to get a hotel, and we're in Cooperstown.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got to get. I'm looking forward to it, but I got to get a hotel.
Minimize your travel expenses.
Yeah.
And then, like, we
BG's
play.
trying to blow his budget,
I know,
man.
like,
Another hotel.
and you know it. Like,
That's why you're an ID director. I'd be like, yo, we got to take a bus, charter a bus.
we're playing these. We're playing hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours away.
That's serious.
You know, like it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I love it. So I'm not.
Yeah, once you get there, it's fine. It's just the whole getting
but like,
there.
and then you know how it is, right? Like, we'll play 2 games tomorrow.
Yep.
And then you're praying you don't get the early game for Sunday.
That's the worst. You got to win.
Right.
The afternoon games, baby.
Exactly.
We got to win some
Winners
games.
get the later games?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
they'll
Yes.
play like the early rounds, like the consolations will be first. So if you lose a game,
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. And then you're in the loser's bracket.
and you got to work your way through it.
Yeah, that's
Pump
horrible.
the kids up. I don't want to be getting up at 5:30 tomorrow. You better
Well,
hit this ball today.
and you know what's crazy is that you wind up, you could be there all day. Like there's times when I remember being there like till like 8:30 on a Sunday night because you go.
It's a good problem to have. Right? It's a problem, but it's a good
You're playing
problem.
the championship game.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, all day. And when you're young, 12 is different. But when he was 8, 9. What are you going to do? They're playing around.
Yeah,
Then
they're
they get
trying
cranky.
to keep them focused.
And you're
It's
running
tough.
You're running to Chick-fil-A and you're running to. Oh my God, it's crazy. Sit tight, Danny D.
You got it, brother.
AD. Let's talk about some of our friends and sponsors, shall we? So let's talk about Golden Nugget Jewelers. That's where Philly gets engaged. Mother's Day's coming up May 11th. Whew.
Coming quick.
Like all of a sudden, like you got Easter's around. When's Easter? That's coming up too.
End of April, like the 20,
It's
like
late this
24.
year?
It's as late as it can be.
Oh, well,
It's as late as it can
how
be.
about the prep?
Well, yeah,
how
he's
about the
gotta
St.
know the
Joe
schedule.
prep Catholic man?
We got to
I
have
love
it locked down, man. We
That's
got to have it
baby.
locked down.
That's right. So, and then Mother's Day's around the corner, right after Easter. So you got to go see your own at Golden Nugget Jewelers. All right. So don't forget, Mom. And if you have children, small children, you got to make sure that the kids have a present for Mom. So you can get that at Golden Nugget Jewelers, right in the heart of Jewelers Row, Center City, Philadelphia. It's Golden Nugget Jewelers, 8th and Chestnut. So walk in there. You were there with
Love
we
it.
did this,
Great staff. I was really impressed by the staff.
Yeah, they're great. Yaron has a great staff. Yaron is the owner. I've known him for 25 years. Great guy. He's going to take great care of you. When, like if you're thinking about popping the question, I've sent scores of guys there to get rings. And they all tell me, oh, man, thanks, because I was stressing about it. And the last thing you want to do is that kind of purchase. You want to stress. Like, it's a beautiful time in your life. So you want to feel good about it. They'll work within your budget. Get you the ring that will pop. All right? That's the key. Make her melt. So go to GoldenNuggetJewelers.com. That's GoldenNuggetJewelers.com, where Philly gets engaged. All right. We were there last night. Parks Casino, Street Road, Ben Salem. It was popping the sportsbook last night.
Sure. It's
Right?
a great
With the games,
sports day.
Yeah. Oh,
Such
my
a good
God.
spot up there, man. The setup is unbelievable.
You know
up there.
how it is.
Yeah,
Because
it's
you're up
great.
there. It was incredible. It was a lot of fun. It was great to be like that tonight.
Yeah.
Because we got 4 more games tonight.
Another great sports night on Friday night.
You know?
Might
Been
not
all
be at the
chalk so
casino.
far, man. I told you, chalk this year, man.
You
It's going
said
to be
it.
chalk
and
from here on out.
Chalk.
I want to get your read on these games, too.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right? We'll
Yeah.
get your read on these games. But you can bet them on if you can't get up to Parks Casino, which we love, go to the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app, and they got you covered. In fact, futures in-game, we were talking about how to play them with the brain. You can play it right there on the app. And there's always another way to win. So you have all the hot online slots, like Peaky Blinders.
Play a little Dynamite Dash these days.
Who's Peppa the Pig?
nice.
Who's the pig?
Betty the Yeti.
Betty the Yeti.
Yesterday was a brand new one.
Bouncing Betty or something?
Oink,
Yeah.
oink, oink was the new one they released
he's
yesterday
got
or
all
something.
Of it. He knows them all.
He's locked in,
Cash
man.
Eruption.
Love the
Cleopatra.
fireballs.
Yeah.
Cleopatra, that's my girl.
Yeah, I'm weird. I fight you for her. In fact, they have also the live online dealers for blackjack and roulette and craps, you name it. In fact, new customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, Danny D, the AD, our man, St. Joe's Prep Athletic
going on,
Director.
brother?
do you say, pal?
I'm good, man. Been a good week, you know.
He's back.
We're back.
You miss Italy?
A lot. What's the food? You know, the food is you can't replace
Re-entry's
it.
always difficult.
Yeah.
When you come back to
Takes me weeks.
Yeah, it does. You get sad.
You go to
Crave the
hunger
food,
strike.
and then like the lunches, like you're having these magnificent lunches. It's like it's every meal. So basically, besides breakfast, they don't do breakfast.
You know
over
what it
there.
is? It's
You don't do breakfast over there?
No, it's like a cracker or a cookie,
Yeah.
a little pastry, and cafe. That's it.
What?
Yeah.
You don't get eggs, no eggs over there.
That's my town. That's my place.
That's my place too.
I hate. No, dude. I hate breakfast.
I'm not a big breakfast guy either.
Yeah.
It's not because of Italy. I didn't started going to later in life, but I just think we align that way. I'm not a big breakfast
No,
guy.
I don't like eggs.
Yeah, I'd rather just, I get going and get a good lunch.
Yeah, give me my coffee. I'm good till
I'm
12,
wrong
1
with
o'clock.
eggs. Baldy pounds eggs in the morning. What's wrong with
You
him?
can't go wrong with Baldy, though, man.
Right. Yeah.
He's a guy.
Right. Baldy says it.
Yeah, you got to kind of
do
follow
it.
that.
Yeah.
But I drink espresso when I'm there. I don't drink it in the States.
Why?
What? How come?
I don't know. It just tastes better. I don't like
It's
and
awesome.
also
The
you
taste is
don't
great.
you don't get like shots of espresso. I mean, I guess you can, but everyone gets coffee here. So like
8 shots, baby.
8.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't playing around,
Yeah.
man.
It's delicious.
It's a
That's why he's
maniac.
always got such good energy. My man is going, man.
It's delicious.
See him in 2 hours. He's like sleeping in the car.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Crashes out.
What do you got there, bro?
What's bro eating?
I don't know.
What are you eating, bro?
What are you eating?
A sweet
Ah,
Yeah.
It's a great.
He's waiting for the steak.
Yo,
Great
he's
candy right
LaSalle.
there.
He's LaSalle.
Oh yeah, big LaSalle guy.
He comes out and gives you daggers every time you're on the air. He's
I heard
like,
the, well,
He's
I
a
heard of him
hater.
when on the radio. I used to always hear him come on. I never I could put a face to it now. I used to always hear bro on there.
The bro. Come here, bro.
he's a fancy LaSalle kid.
It's all right. We'll forgive him.
Meet,
It's all right.
meet my boy, man.
Yeah. Good to see you,
Yeah.
brother.
Now you're gonna be nice to him after you always.
I mean,
know
like it's
my
tough.
boy.
Little brother syndrome. It's all right. Don't catch us one day, maybe. We'll see. They're doing good. They're on the
They're doing
get up.
good. He's patting him on the head.
Yeah.
They're doing good.
They're coming up.
Cute little squad.
You gonna take that, bro? You gonna take that?
I mean, they do dominate. Like, look, they got a lock on a bunch of sports. I mean, they won 3 straight swimming titles. Like
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
They they dominate golf. They dominate.
Yeah, that's
Abdul
awesome.
Carter.
Yeah.
They're getting on the board. You know, they got
Yeah.
a couple.
Yeah, they got a couple.
Not 8 or 9, but they got a
Swimming.
couple. Yeah, they got a couple
Not
guys.
8 or 9.
I mean, things changed once Danny came on board.
Nah.
He righted that ship.
Now, Brett Gordon's got them going, and I was on a call before I just jumped on talking about the potential championship game where we're going to have it because it's so big now. And it really depended on like the regular season game, but they're back now, so it's well, no, we were looking at Villanova as well, so I was just on a call at Nova because that's like Franklin Field. We'll get 10,000 to 12,000 people there, but it still feels a little empty because it's such a cool, but it's an amazing venue. Yeah. So we're exploring Villanova as a possible option for that game.
I would think that you can't sell 12,000.
We do. We sell 12, but I'm saying Franklin Field's like what 40.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, and when you spread out, like when we did it on one side, it was great, but then everyone's kind of coming together and there's a little some bickering, you know. So when you spread out 12 on a place that holds 40,
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm with you because when I work with bands, everyone wants to play to bigger venues, but if you're only half filling it or a quarter filling it, it looks like a bad show. So
yeah, for sure. So either way,
I'd rather sell out.
We've been doing it where who wins the first matchup gets to pick the second location.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
So I mean, Brett's a Villanova guy, so I would think he'd be good. But we might just say as a league, hey, we're going to do it at Villanova because it's a better venue to hold this size.
Mm-hmm.
So we're exploring all the options, but it's on the books. We're the only 2 6A schools, so regardless of what happens, we have to play again to go to states. So that's early November. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, man.
We gotta drum that up. That's too good.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's too
it's
good,
an amazing
man.
game.
That's too good.
The first one's like early October. It's like the second league game, and then see
That's
him again
awesome.
November.
What's going on?
Danny, do me a favor. Sit tight. Just hang with us because we have our Dr. Vaccaro.
Oh, love that.
From Rothman is with us. Dr. Vaccaro is fantastic. First of all, we need him here, especially since we have VG, who you have a special relationship with Dr. Vaccaro.
I guarantee he has no idea, but yes.
And Andrew right now is suffering. So every other Friday, we like to visit with our doctors from Rothman Orthopedics. Dr. Vaccaro, how are you? Good morning.
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Great to listen to you.
Well, I got to tell you, you have an interesting relationship that you don't know. One of your former patients is right here, and one of the reasons why he is with us in this capacity is because of you.
Yeah, Doc, I've never met you. I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. I only know your name because of my medical records, but I came to you and no, because you were the attending physician in the trauma unit when I came in from a car wreck with a C2 hangman's fracture, and you got me right. I remember in a daze you told me I could either get the halo or a hard cervical collar, but I could never take it off. And I listened to you so much that I showered with it on for like the first 2 weeks until I saw like Dr. Albert was actually my physician after when I did follow-ups.
Well, you made the right choice not getting a halo.
Yeah, so I mean, you stabilized me. I was in bad shape. My lungs were collapsed. I was not in a great space, and you hooked me up that night. I just remember your voice, and I saw your name in the medical records later, and so I owe you a huge debt of gratitude, and thank you very much.
Well, I'm glad you're doing well. And by the way, you look 10 years younger when I first met you.
Doc, is that the greatest reward for you? Like when you hear a story like that, I'm sure you get it all the time. I mean, is what warms your heart and is the engine to keep you going?
Right. That's exactly it. So in our profession, we take care of people who are injured all the time. And when one person says that you've made their quality of life better, it makes you feel good. Because as you can imagine, in any profession, it's a lot of frustration with insurance companies, with this or that. Just hearing someone say thank you is the juice we need to keep going. So we love it.
That's beautiful. I mean, you guys do God's work. You really do. I think about it, and we take it for granted about the art of movement, right? We talk about movement. We're sports guys, we're playing it, trying to stay as active as possible, and you guys at Rothman, the great doctors at Rothman, keep us in motion, and I think that's the greatest gift.
Thanks, Anthony. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support.
Andrew, you want to ask Doc, because I know we're going to talk about this. Is interesting, Doc. I know we were going to talk about the neck and off of. We
can talk about anything you want to talk about.
Thank you. But tell him your story.
Yeah, hi, Doc.
This is our producer, Andrew.
About a month ago,
put yourself up there so he can see you.
Here, let me pull that up. But about a month ago, I herniated my C6 and my C7 in my neck. Just recently went and had an MRI done, and they said that the disc in my C6 is completely gone and that my C7 is partially gone. So do you have any recommendations or anything that I should do?
So I'll tell you what I look at it. So when I see that, I look at the plain x-rays to see your alignment. Do you have a deformity? I see the quality of your bone. Then I look at the MRI scan to see, is it the nerve being compressed or the spinal cord? And then I correlate that with your symptoms. So you have arm pain now.
Yes, a lot of arm pain.
Okay, so you will get better, by the way, because you'll get better either with a non-operative treatment, which is rest, anti-inflammatories, with or without injection. You'll get better. You have a 70% chance of getting better that way. And if you don't get better, a surgeon will now look at you, and that we love it when people have primarily arm pain or a neurologic deficit, because once we remove that disc off the nerve, you're going to feel great. Okay. So you're a candidate. So what I want you to do is I want you to ask Anthony for my phone number, and I'll take care of you.
Okay.
And go.
Perfect.
Thanks, Doc.
I appreciate that. Thank
coming
you.
to the rescue again, Doc. We really appreciate it. And one of the things about the neck that's so delicate, and Lonnie Walker has it, and obviously when we talk about sports injuries, you're not the treating physician, but we talk about them. It's great for our audience to understand about that. So if they have a neck strain, like in the case of Lonnie Walker, what are some of the causes and what's the treatments for something like that from a neck pain? So, people wake up after a bad night's sleep and the next thing you know, you're miserable because you have neck issues.
Well, the nice thing is a strain is usually a self-limiting process. So usually people are better between 7 days, and I say 3 weeks, it could be 6 weeks. With Lonnie, I Googled the mechanism. I saw it when he fell. I think it was March 14th he fell and hit his. So that concussion can give you a lot of symptoms of a neck strain too. He hits his head, he's got headaches, he's got concussion. That's more worrisome than a neck strain because a neck strain is and it comes in 3 different variants: type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 1 is a stretch, type 2 is a partial rupture of the ligaments, and type 3 is a complete rupture with or without instability. So depending on what his plain x-rays showed, and then in a professional athlete, I always get an MRI scan. I always get one. I want to know, and he most likely had a CAT scan. So the CAT scan will tell me, did he break something? Okay, he didn't break something. MRI scan will show me if there's soft tissue disruption. If there's not, then he's going to get better 3 to 6 weeks with non-operative treatment. He should get better. If he doesn't get better, then something else is going on. And you and I know whiplash can have long-lasting effects. So if you look at his mechanism, that's a classic mechanism. Boom, he hits his head. I mean, that was a violent hit.
Yes.
I mean, when I saw it, I was like, oh, God, that was a violent hit. So that man should be uncomfortable. But it was interesting. I read all the press releases. They were going to try to get him back pretty quick. And I was like, God bless him.
Yeah.
That he felt better that quickly. But it can have, like, people get whiplashes from a hyperextension injury. That can last months and months.
Yeah.
Professionally, as long as there's no instability and there's no fracture, you try to get him back to play as soon as you can. That's what we do when we take care of the.
That's that's anything with the neck, man. That pain is just nasty. It just is. Can it worsen? Can you?
It can worsen. Say if you have a disruption of the ligamentous complex and you go back too quickly without resting it, you can get worse.
Yeah.
Say if you have instability that you don't pick up and you go back to place, you can get worse. So as long as there's no instability and the MRI doesn't show anything alarming, then you go rest, anti-inflammatories, stretching, range of motion, and then you work on getting the muscle, the paraspinal muscle, strong enough so you can go back to compete.
There you go. He is amazing, Dr. Vicar.
Yeah, he's always in my world. A huge debt of gratitude, Doc.
What's your sport, Doc? What's your favorite sport?
Okay, so I love football. So I was a team doctor of a spine surgeon for 20 years. We just stopped this year, but so I love football. I stood on the sidelines for all those games.
I love it. On the sidelines.
And by the way, it's amazing those large people, how strong they are and how they hit each other. Like, I played football in high school, and I'm like, I thank God I don't play football now when I left high school. I wanted to play college football, and then I look at what they go through, and I go, thank God I'm not doing that. I love football. I love baseball. I love wrestling. Like, I'm into sports.
I love it. That's why you're the greatest, man. You're a great sportsman. God bless you.
Love it.
Listen, continue, and thank you. Thank you for doing God's work, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being in that trauma room at 1:30 in the morning when I came in. I appreciate it.
And hopefully we won't see you again in a trauma room.
That'll be
anymore.
good. Yes. Yes.
All right, guys. Have a nice day.
The great Dr. Viccaro from Rothman joining us. He's
a legend, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a good dude.
He is a legend.
That's awesome.
You're right on. Let me ask you, Dan, a couple things. Give us first the weekly report.
Yeah, so last time we talked about the semifinals for the district and how Philadelphia district was dominating the PIAA bracket. So we had a bunch of teams make the championship. So on the boys' side, we had 1A Sankofa, coached by City Councilman Isaiah Thomas. They unfortunately, they had a great run. They unfortunately lost yesterday. So second place for 1A. We really don't have 2As in the Catholic League or 1A, so we came in 3A. So we have a 3A game today. West Catholic plays to win a state championship. 4A, Devon Prep played last night. They won the state championship. Your boy.
Oh, Swarthmore boy. They got a big, thick white kid. He going to Swarthmore.
Yeah.
I was like, he looks like he's out of Hoosiers the way he plays.
That's cool, man.
I turned to VG. I'm like, he's going to average 30 in the men's league when he's on. He's going to be dominant. Like, he's that dude. Like, he's a killer.
That dude. Yeah.
So big win for them, holding down for the PCL. So they won 4A. Newman plays tonight for 5A. Newman made state championship.
Who's Newman playing?
I'm not sure. Okay. Someone out west, but so like just to put in perspective, like Devon Prep came in 4th, Newman came in 5th in our league. Yeah. So it's just these teams that are falling down.
I don't know how the world that they
West finished in 7th.
Wow. Like that's insane. Your league is it's incredible.
Yeah. So then that.
I mean, look at the coaches too. Like Carl.
The legends.
Yeah.
We have coaches Carl, Chris McNesby. I got young coaches like Chris Rowntree at Judge. Our coach at Prep, Jason Harrigan. So the league is filled with with great coaches and legends that have left before, but they've passed it down, and it's really something special. And then the 6A championships tomorrow night. Roman Judge, round 3.
Oh,
Wow.
Where's that game at?
trilogy.
At Hershey, 8 p.m.
I'm not going to Hershey.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I have a wedding tomorrow night, my buddy, and I told him we need to put that. He needs to stream that, man. So
Yeah.
Timmy Milligan's getting married tomorrow night. Say hello to Timmy. But,
Hey,
Congratulations, buddy.
he's getting married to Chess Cafe. I said, yo, you got to figure a way to get that
nice.
game on, man.
Yeah.
Chess Cafe?
Yeah.
Yeah, right over here.
Yo, I've been to a wedding there.
Yeah,
That food is
they do a
nice.
great
Yeah.
job.
Great cocktail
Yeah,
hour.
they're best.
Yeah, so that
Hors
and then on-
d'oeuvres. Are they doing? Is he doing anything like Philadelphia centric? Usually, sometimes like the midnight cheesesteak or the
probably. Well,
something-
this is the guy who owns Fish Down Primos who's getting married.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, so
I
you're-
know. Yes.
Yeah, so
oh,
you're
that's
locked in.
great. Oh, good.
So, yeah,
that's good.
That's tomorrow, and then on the girls' side, we had some knocked out like in the semifinal, but still Archbishop Wood is going for the championship.
Okay.
And then the other girls' championship for 4A is Newman Goretti versus Lansdale Catholic. So another Catholic League versus Catholic League
Damn.
championship. So we're really representing. We're holding it down.
Dominating.
That's what we do in Philadelphia, man. So the college teams
You-
are
you know
falling
what's
off, but the
interesting?
city schools are still holding it down. The Philadelphia Public League and Catholic League are still holding
I
it down.
just read a piece about the Catholic schools and youth sports and prep sports.
Yeah.
And how that is a thing. And you can look around the country and the best schools, Mater Dei,
Yeah.
California.
Yeah, they're only really the public schools that dominate are like in Texas, right, where they have huge, like in football, like that's a big. Texas is like known, and California has some good public schools as well that they're known for. But to put the resources in athletics is tough when you're in a public sector. The private sector can kind of be a little more creative and strategic,
Right.
where you might just be looking out for a small amount of schools opposed to like a massive district, right? So
Yeah.
it's all about strategic and planning and then putting emphasis on sports. But at the private schools, we can do that a little bit different. Like we might not have the facilities, but we can invest different ways in our kids and their development to make sure that they're doing the best possible on the field.
Who would
court,
be the
match.
top, 5 schools on the East Coast?
For what sport? It varies.
Let's just go football.
Football. So Florida has powerhouses. So they have American Heritage, Chaminade, and St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, St. Thomas, right.
So they're like a hotbed down in Florida. Then kind of coming up, then it kind of hits PA in my eyes, right? Then it's
What's the one in Baltimore? DeMatha? Are they still
so then
good?
DeMatha is really good. So Baltimore, D.C. area, they have DeMatha. They had St. John's for a long time, and then the St. Francis School.
Right.
So they're like a top 10 school every year. But they're not in the league. They're just a complete independent school that plays.
That's a wealthy dude who started that, right?
Yeah, he's a wealthy guy. Kind of started his own school with a passion for love for sports. So they're really good, but it's a small school and they're not in the league. So they just play national schedule. So actually, we got them at Franklin Field this year.
Wow.
Yeah, for the
dude,
prep.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll play for St. Francis at Franklin Field. So that'll be a really big game. And then we're actually going down to Florida to play American Heritage as well. So
That's fantastic.
big schedule. But
You don't do anything
but
unless it's big. All you do is
that's
big
it.
things.
But yeah, I think like Florida and PA is really big. Obviously, like Ohio has good football on the East Coast. But yeah, I would say Florida, and then I think nationally, if you look at the rankings, this kind of comes in with us. Like I told you guys last week, we got ranked the second best
Dude,
league in the country.
I love that you're dominating. As a guy who spent years in Western PA at school, look, they are so proud of it out there.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
football.
Oh,
I love that Phillies dominated
Yes.
in football.
So I wasn't in the room when we came to PIAA, but the thought was, okay, we'll give you basketball, but we got football.
Yes,
like you guys aren't going to crack this.
Right.
Like the North Penns, whatever you dominate, the CBs that
Mount
dominated.
St. Clair or Upper St.
Yeah,
Clair,
Upper St. Clair.
Upper St. Clair, yeah.
So I think that was the thought process,
Yeah.
and that's not
I
happening.
love it. I love it.
So
All right, so let's go over. And by the way, so coming up in a little bit, and I want you to hang, but I need to go over the games. But coming up, we have a lot of sadness in Philadelphia, in Center City,
Yes.
because of Macy's closing.
it's a
The
sad
Wanamaker
day.
building being empty.
The Wanamaker building.
That's a sad day.
I mean, I got to tell you, and like as a kid, and you know it from being here. I mean, it's so sad. Peter Crimmins from WHYY wrote a great piece about it, and he's going to join us coming up shortly. So we'll discuss that TV Todd will join us like he always does. John Brazer will be here. And we'll sample some of Skinny Joey's cheesesteaks.
Can't wait.
Oh, love
Can't
that.
wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try that.
Yeah, so he's coming up. Skinny and Snuff are coming up. And,
They're great on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, so they're going to come up. So we got a lot of
Got
stuff.
a jam-packed show today, man.
Yeah, the
we
whole
got it
thing.
all.
But let me go over because you have a great eye. All right, let's go over the tournament and let's look at tonight. And so tonight's games, Ole Miss and Michigan State.
Ole
So
Miss is playing great.
I love Ole Miss.
They're playing great, but it's Tom Izzo in March, man, right? So it's got to have some type of
Guard
weight.
play, though, dude.
Ole Miss is playing-
got guard play.
They're a team that I only probably saw play twice this year, so I wasn't as high on them. And my bracket's doing great. I got an alert this morning from the CBS. I got 70% correct right now, so I'm hanging in there.
All
right?
right.
We're doing well. But, yeah, I mean, it's tough to go against Izzo in March. He's a legend. He's done it time and time again. But Ole Miss looked amazing so far in the two games.
Izzo's done tonight.
Yeah, I think I
so, too.
could go with Ole Miss tonight.
Yeah,
I think
the
just-
guard play.
Plus,
They're
they're a more
playing
fun team to
unbelievable.
root
Oh,
for
they're
and bet on.
getting up and down, man.
Yeah.
They're fun.
I just don't think Michigan State could hang with them.
Like coaching is a
The
part of
coaching
it.
gets you so far, but you got to have.
Yeah, you
the
gotta have
players.
You gotta have the
Shoot
horses,
the
right?
three, and yeah, listen, they're a great fast break team. They don't shoot the three. Ole Miss got. I love in the tournament. I love veteran guards.
Oh, and Ole Miss is such a fun place. Me and my buddies do a college football trip, and we've stopped at Ole Miss, man, the Grove, and Ole Miss is.
The Grove's cool, isn't it?
It's one of the
Yeah.
top 2, 3 for
Yeah,
me.
that's a great. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Kentucky, Tennessee.
So Kentucky has older players, right? So they did rebuild this roster when Cal left, right? So
Yeah.
they got a lot of transfers, but they went older, right? Like the kid Brazer from Dayton, I saw him play a bunch. So they have the older guys, but Tennessee deep defends, man. They get after it.
They do defend.
So, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. What's the line on it?
4.5. Tennessee's
Tennessee.
4.5. So he's big on Kentucky.
Yeah.
I just love the way they play. I love that they're so just out of control and crazy.
Who you
most
like,
of the time.
bro? Kentucky, Tennessee. Who you got?
He looks like a Rick Barnes guy.
I actually hate the face.
Yeah,
He has a hateable face for sure.
He's
He
so
does. He's a
hateable.
hate the face. I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, they are a choke squad. I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, in my pool, in my bracket, I have Tennessee winning this game.
Yeah, so do I in the pool. Auburn, Michigan. Auburn 8.5.
Yeah, Auburn wins tonight.
Yeah.
This ride's over. Big Ten was down this year. They got some guys, but I mean, they're
I
barely
agree.
getting by.
I think
They've
I think
squeaked it
Auburn
out.
cruises it.
Yeah, I think Auburn in a route tonight.
This will be their get healthy game. I feel like.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
think this
and
is.
then in the other one, Houston, Purdue. I don't believe in this Purdue team. I know they were in the
None
final.
of us
last year.
ever believe. We
I know.
always hate Purdue teams. I
I
don't
know.
know
Well, they're
why.
always really good regular season teams, and historically, they've not advanced very far in the tournament, right?
Right.
And they have this. They play the same style. They try to go through bigs, and it's a different game. I think they lose tonight.
Yeah, I do too. Tomorrow, Texas Tech, Florida. Great game.
Florida's so good, man. I mean, I got them winning it. They're so good. Denver, I got them in Duke. I mean, I went chalk, but they were by far the two best teams in the country this year.
Yeah.
And they have so many different ways to beat you. They have so many different guards are long. They have height. So I think Florida cruises.
Alabama, Duke.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Man, how many threes they hit last night? 27 or something like that?
49%.
It's crazy.
I mean, they
But
scored.
BYU's not a good defensive team at
They
all.
scored
know, but that's-
113 points. They could have scored 130.
That's crazy.
25 threes. Sears had 34 on threes.
Yeah,
30,
that's-
I'm sorry, 10 of because he had 10. He had 30 of his 34 on threes.
Yeah, that's wild. But I got to go with Duke, man. They're just Flag's the best player in the country.
Yeah.
He's playing great. Proctor's shooting it well. Like he's kind of the X factor for them. They have depth. They got 5 stars sitting at the end of their bench that
I
are
know.
freshmen. So like they're just loaded.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, sit tight, my brother. Let's get. I'm curious. Let's get Peter up here and introduce Peter. Peter, come over. Make yourself at home, man. We like it. All right. Peter, nice to meet you.
Meet you.
What a pleasure. Slip those on. Danny D's going to hang with us.
Okay.
And Peter, excellent. Great to meet you, buddy.
Good to meet you.
Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here. Surprised to be here.
Really?
I'm I'm an arts reporter for the local public radio station, and I'm like, why am I getting a call from Anthony Gargano?
Well, first of all,
I'm happy to be here.
I love our city. I love the art scene.
Right.
And I think your piece was important.
Well, thank you.
I was sad.
Yeah, right. It's a big loss. It's a big
It's
loss.
a huge loss.
It was a really anchored. It anchored the downtown, but also anchored. It was a really important piece of Philadelphia history.
Yes.
It goes back a long time.
And listen, next year's a big year for us because it's USA 250.
Sure.
We're going to be at the forefront of the country. And what worries me is, we're losing institutions and we're losing a piece of our great history.
Right, yeah. And we don't know what's going to happen to it. The owner of the building, so Macy's cleared out last Sunday. Sunday was the last day. And the owner, the building's owned by someone else, a company called Cornerstone. And we haven't heard what they're planning to do with it. I think the thinking now is that they are looking for another tenant. So a similar retail kind of environment. The building was custom built to be a retail store. It's a department store. It was built 1911 is when they opened the door. And it was custom made by John Wanamaker to be the grandest retail environment in the world. At the time of its building, it was actually the largest indoor retail building in the world. This is before the malls happened. I mean, in the 50s, the shopping mall happened.
Right.
But at the time, it was the biggest, most ambitious retail experiment in the country and in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, the piece of, they had tennis matches. In your piece, on the upper levels, there were tennis matches.
When I read that, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, how wild is that?
Yeah, and I saw, there's an archive of old photographs at the Pennsylvania Historical Society, which is where I went. They had athletic fields on the roof. They had running tracks and play courts. He was, Wanamaker was really into physical activity. He encouraged his employees to engage in physical activity as much. You could actually take classes and stuff for all his employees.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I'm fascinated by the Wanamaker character. After reading your piece, I was like, I don't know enough about John Wanamaker.
I mean, so much, too, has to do with Christmas and the Christmas show. I went there as a kid. I've taken my children there. I mean, the light show and Christmas Village. And, I mean, I'm getting wistful just kind of talking about it. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, the Christmas, I did a little, not to overwhelm you with trivia, but the light show originally was hosted with the voice by John Facenda of NFL Films.
Right.
Because he ran into the guy who runs NFL Films in a bar once. And they said, I like your voice. You want to do
the
films?
Voice of them? Yeah.
And then John Wanamaker said, hey, let's have him for, John himself was dead by then. But Wanamaker said, we got to get this guy. And then later, when Macy's took over the building, they had Julie Andrews. They recorded it with Julie Andrews.
Yes.
But so there's this weird football connection.
Yeah, that's right. I did know that, and I got that in your piece. That's really cool. What's the future? We know about. What do you think? You've been covering. This is your beat. Because of shopping centers are antiquated, because of how we do it. Department stores, which were great gathering places for the public. What could possibly draw people? I mean, we know about restaurants and stuff, but what's the line of thinking to get people out?
I think they're still trying to figure that out. I mean, there was
I'm just saying if you have any ideas. Because I think you would.
All right, so I appreciate that you would think that. But no, I don't know. But, they've been trying to, the Gallery Mall, which is now the fashion district, they've been trying to do that with limited success. And then let's put a stadium
that was a
there.
Mess. Right.
And that didn't work out. Well, maybe it'll work out someday. But that didn't work. So they're trying to, and the Wanamaker building, it's so central to the city. It's such a grand space. I mean, the owners could do anything they want with it. The interior is actually a protected historical landmark. The organ is protected. It doesn't guarantee that it will be protected, but it makes it harder to change. But that interior 5-story atrium, finished with marble,
I mean, it's a glorious
Oh, it
space,
is.
and you could cut it up and turn it into offices, but then you'd really destroy the building.
Yeah, you can't do that. Would be horrific. Horrific.
Yeah, it feels just
It's
it
gotta
feels
be-
wrong and dirty to even think about it.
I know.
It's got to be some sort of department store. I just
It
don't
needs to
know
be, yeah.
what the allure. Like, how do you get people to visit? Right? Like, we live in such a we don't like hassle. So parking. People who live outside the city can't hate coming in for parking and everything else. And you're like, please just come in there and enjoy this amazing, this building that.
Well, maybe we might, if we return to the original vision that John Wanamaker had. He had restaurants, he had art galleries, he had playing fields, he had classes. You go to school there. Everything was in this one building. It was a whole experience, and you could spend, you could do
That's a great idea.
And since then, it's been tampered with. It became primarily a retail experience. But maybe if you create another holistic kind of like, we can do anything we want here. Maybe that'll work.
I like it. No, listen, that's why you're here. Come on, I like that idea.
And I know
we do
there's
have
some,
to fix Market East, though. Market East is another. You got to be able to connect Old City and City Hall, because the east the east side of Market Street just needs something. Like, it's why one of the reasons why I wanted the arena there was I thought it would bring some life to it. And I get South Philly; it just makes more sense, and the whole complex that they're going to build downtown. I'm with it. But they have to do something on that east side of Market Street.
Right. And there are some things that, like the Franklin Square Patco station opens next week. Wednesday, I think it's open, or Thursday. So maybe that'll bring some foot traffic in. And they're redoing the whole sidewalk area around there to make it more friendly to people. And they're going to start, this is a little farther east, but they're going to start capping 95. And they're already started. They're already ripping out parts of it. And so I don't know what kind of impact that's going to have, but that's major. Like, they're capping the freeway, and they're going to put like parks and stuff on top.
I love that idea. They did it in New York.
Yeah.
I drive by it every day. I fear it may take like 8 years.
Yeah, it's a huge project. It's like a Boston-sized project.
That's the truth. So what else are you working on?
We're always taking a look at 2026 and what's going to be happening a year from now. And the city's dumping a lot of this. So money, it's all about money. And who's going to pay, what are we going to do and who's going to pay for it? But there's money at the federal and the state and the local level to fund things, anything and everything for 2026. So we're looking to see how that works out. Can I tell you, I cannot wait to experience this. I know, it's going to be weird. We're going to be it's kind of hard to wrap your head around it. Well, we're going to be at the forefront of the country. We were very little in 1976. You probably weren't even born. And so we don't remember the bicentennial. I read all about it. In fact, I wrote a TV show, and the pilot, it takes place New Year's Day, 1976, during the Mummers Day Parade, the bicentennial theme. Right, the whole idea, and we know what happened July 4th, and all the how there was a disaster. I want this thing to be like this crown jewel, right? Where it's our time to shine. Like, we're going to get a whole year. We're going to have all the All-Star games here. We're going to have the World Cup here. All this golfing stuff is coming. Yes, the PGA is coming. Yes, we're going to have every major event in our area, and I just want to shine, man. Knock wood. I mean, we don't know how our sports teams are going to be working out, but we the Eagles have been on a roll. Yes. Maybe we'll get blessed with some sort of championship run too. Yeah, I could say it.
Hey, can I just ask you about the pipe organ? Is it still the largest in the world? And do you think it's the largest? I had to do a little dive on that because it's the largest depending how you measure it. There's different ways to measure the size of an organ. There's one on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, which claims to be the biggest in the world. Okay. The one in Philly claims to be the biggest in the world, and if you look at the numbers, they're kind of neck and neck. Depending on the number of pipes and the number of ranks and the physical size of it and the amount of air it moves, and there's lots of different metrics. But where
yeah, in the shorthand, we are the biggest or one of the biggest.
Right there. Cool.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
It sounds so great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does. It does. Are you kidding me? Peter, what a pleasure. I got to tell you,
It's been
thank
great
you
being
for coming on and do us a favor. Stay in touch. You know, anything you're working on, let us know.
Sure.
And I would love to have you as a regular guest. And you can, you know, you don't have to always come in. You can just beam in if you want. It's up to you. But I love it. I love this stuff. We're very passionate, as you could tell, about our city and kind of, you know, what we want to do. So any pieces, let us know.
Sure, yeah. Well, actually, this is on my way into work. This is my commute route. So
Oh, great.
It's super easy.
Oh,
to pop in the morning.
Now you're in. Listen, we'll have food here. We'll have everything. You just make yourself at home. You can see that this is a clubhouse.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, right.
You know,
sure,
so,
I got it. I
what
got
a
the
pleasure.
vibe. I got the vibe.
Thanks,
nice
Peter.
to be here.
What
Appreciate
a
it.
pleasure. Oh, man, Peter.
Sure thing.
Excellent stuff. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to talk to TV Todd. All right. We got to talk about some of our friends. How about a little Rite Aid, buddy?
Yeah, let's do it. Rite Aid allergy season is here. It never ends. And if you didn't hear my little nugget yesterday, allergies are so bad in the city because they only plant, I learned, male trees, which spew out all the pollen. And we have no female trees to take this pollen in and bear fruit. So there's way too much pollen in the city in the area. So when the pollen hits the air, gets in your nose, you know, histamines start going crazy, you get the symptoms, itchy nose, watery eyes, scratchy throat, some wheezing, you feel a little sluggish. So how do you get relief during this allergy season? Well, first of all,
you see me every day.
Well, first of all, be like us. Sign up for Rite Aid Reward emails at riteaid.com/rewards to receive alerts in your area when the pollen is high, which it probably will be for like the next 7 months. So Rite Aid's got some over-the-counter options available to help you with your symptoms. You can try a nasal rinse to flush out your nasal passages. When symptoms are flaring up, you can try an antihistamine. They got Claritin, Zyrtec, and a bunch of other brands. And you can also try a nasal corticosteroid. If you like the nasal sprays, they got Flonase, Nasacort, help you with your symptoms. You're still not getting enough relief? Ask a rated pharmacist if a different type of allergy medication is necessary. Maybe you need a decongestant. And you can always ask your Rite Aid pharmacist for recommendations on other ways to get relief during this brutal allergy season.
Yeah. Well, we're in overtime, buddy. Woo-hoo. How about this? Overtime. I looked up and wow, all of a sudden, OT is upon us.
Cruise by. Quick 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be here for a while because John Brazer is still going to come on here.
Nice.
He's coming in. Joey and Snuff are coming in with cheesesteaks.
Nice.
They're coming in. Danny D's hanging around, and right now, TV Todd. TV Todd.
You saying we got one more read?
No, we're good. Yeah, we're good. TV Todd.
I had to join for Todd.
Ah, look at that.
Dude, I gotta talk studio with Todd.
All right.
One second. Keep Todd. It's here now.
Here he is. Todd.
What? No theme today?
Yeah, really.
We're remote. I don't have it on my computer.
Oh,
the video,
okay.
yeah.
We have this new
set up differently.
On Fridays now, we're going to be setting up differently. We're going to set up out here. We got to make sure that you have that in
I'll
that
get
computer.
it loaded up for you, Todd.
I mean, we got
promise.
to have. You can act like a man. TV Todd.
I love your setup though out there. It looks great.
Thanks,
so
brother.
much fun. I like it out
Coming
here.
from you, who's got the eye, you have the production eye, so we appreciate that.
I love it.
So meet the bro.
Yeah, me and Todd, old friends.
I know.
I love the bro. Love the bro.
So we want to bat around some shows, but before we get there, Tortorella, torts, la torta, no mo.
How good is it, Todd? How good does it feel to be free?
Well, you know what? I felt really good about it. But I was a little, yesterday was a little confusing. But then the story that's leaking right now about Cam and him having some sort of altercation, now I get it.
Right.
He's too old to be having altercations with anybody.
But
Well,
here's
that's the point, right? I mean,
Yes.
watching Cam York sit on the bench last night, like very confusing, but now it makes sense.
Well, it does, because I'll be honest with you, I thought that I didn't think he would come. But you remember I told you I didn't think he would be back here, but I didn't think that they would do it now, and now it kind of makes sense as to why.
Yeah, but it made last night really fun, didn't it? I mean, Mitchkov could have had 4 goals.
Was that crazy? Was that crazy? He had 6 shots on goal. He was loving life, man.
I mean, hitting that post in the last seconds of the game to secure the hat trick. I mean, what a crazy day yesterday.
It was
we
wild.
said on the air, we said he'll probably go off and have a hat trick
Did I
tonight.
tell you?
So close.
We said it. We said it is right. Crazy stuff. All right, buddy. What do we got? What's on tap?
Well, listen, the bro mentioned it already as he was sitting down.
Dude,
Andrew
Todd.
and I were texting about it. Let's talk. Let's
so
talk the studio.
good.
Yeah. So there's a series that's starting that just started on Apple called The Studio. Seth Rogen, Catherine Hahn, Ike Barinholtz. So what it is it's a satire where Seth Rogen plays a studio executive. And here's the interesting thing about this show, and then we can get into it. And Anthony, you're going to love this. So what makes me, when I saw this show, I immediately thought back to the 1992 Robert Altman film, The Player.
Yes.
Because do you remember that?
Yeah,
so
I do.
When The Player came out, Tim Robbins starred in it.
Yeah.
Robert Altman.
Yeah.
There were 65 cameos or 60-something cameos, but it was about a studio exec who was getting threats, and it was a big movie and a big deal. This is very similar, more comedy than like mystery.
Right.
But also probably about 50 cameos are in this one as well, and it's going to skewer the movie industry, which, of course, I cannot wait to see this.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Todd, I was kind of blown away. We started the first episode the other night, and I didn't realize 2 were out. And, I'd seen all the Rotten Tomato reviews, like 100%, critically reviewed, fan reviewed, and I was like, no way it lives up to this. I watched it. I was blown away. I was like, I would binge the whole season in one night right now.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. Dan,
Is it
come over here.
anything?
Sit over here.
I haven't seen the show yet, and I'm listening to everybody. Is it anything like Extras?
No.
No? Nothing like that?
Todd, there's like this fast-paced, frenetic kind of energy to it that I don't know. Maybe it just taps into my ADD or something.
The music is everything.
The music, the way it's
they
shot,
play.
like it's just like I don't know. You're
It's
like
got that old. It's like a nice 20s, like
and they
like a
wear
little jazzy.
and
beat
Seth
to
Rogen wears like throwback kind of suits, so it feels old timey, but it feels new.
He does look like it's, and he drives old timey cars.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
It's like
Like
cars
Lincoln.
from the 60s and
It
50s.
like really taps into my
Like
ADD. I'm like on the edge of my seat for a comedy.
Really?
Yeah, I can't really explain it better than that, Todd. But
Like,
I was
couldn't wait to sit down and talk to you.
I was on the edge of my seat watching it, and it's a comedy, and that's not usually the feeling a comedy invokes.
Yeah, I love that you're raising these things, and VG, that you're raising the music, because obviously that is purposefully designed, right? It's to create the nervousness, the anxiety driven industry that I work in. I mean, that's what it is. It's constant anxiety, constant running around, constant changing the path you were on. And so it was designed purposely. We're starting to see, this is really cool. We're starting to see more artistic decisions like this in television series. I don't know if you guys are Severance fans or you finished the second season. Okay. So Severance, an article came out last week about the editing techniques they used in it, but also the use of color. They figured out that if you use 4 colors in a show, it creates different emotions for the audience.
Wow.
And I love that we're listen, we went from feature films to television. We're there. It's the reality. And I love the fact that the people who are making this content are focused on those types of artistic decisions.
Totally.
Because they make a difference. Look at the bro, how he reacted to it. Look at VG. They make a difference.
Dude, and my favorite show, I love that show, Gomorrah, right? It's all dark. Like they use the colors for the characters, which was brilliant, right? Like, so there's only 1 or 2 characters, and they purposefully will go white with a lot of the backdrops for certain characters, but mostly it's this dark. So they give you this juxtaposition to affect your mood, which is unbelievable, really. I mean, like when you talk about color and its impact on the senses, I love that.
Yeah, and what's really neat about it is, you know, when we make television or film, one of the last what's called deliverables, we have to have these deliverables that we give to the studios or to the streamers, you know, over a milestone, different milestones. But one of the last deliverables we really do is color correction. And that was so interesting to me when I learned that at that stage, that's when the director, cinematographer, they all give input as to the color palette, the color scheme, the feel. And it changes. When you watch rough cuts of shows and then you watch the color corrected version at the end, you're like, wow, completely different project.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
Great
I'm
vibes.
fascinated because I do a little bit of editing, and when you can mess with the colors like that, you can create the whole mood is created by the color of the scenes. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. And I love shows. Listen, shows like this that give you inside baseball, right, into all kinds of industries is great. Bro, go back and watch this movie I'm referencing called The Player from 1992. It was
I love
such
Tim
a massive,
Robbins.
It's a great. That was a great movie. Hey, did you
great
ever,
movie. Yep.
Did you ever see Swimming with Sharks?
Listen, Frank Whaley and I are buddies. I love.
Oh, that's your boy. I forgot.
Yeah,
I love that movie. That's one of my favorite
movie,
about the industry.
Yeah, on the strength of that movie, Swimming with Sharks, Kevin Spacey, Frank Whaley, I would bring Frank Whaley to our little film festival in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania every year to talk to the audience. And he would come in, you know, star of Pulp Fiction and The Doors, and he would come to Harrisburg because his wife and kids loved Hershey Park. So, but of course, we talked Swimming with Sharks for hours.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorites.
All right, I got another one for Todd. Since Apple TV is on a roll right now, Todd, tell me this John Hamm Friendly Neighbors show is good.
Well, listen, I haven't seen it yet. It's not out yet. But
all right, I didn't know if you got an advance copy.
No, it's called Your Friends and Neighbors. And John Hamm is like a, you know, normal guy who's down on his luck and starts like robbing his neighborhood. It looks really good.
Really?
And John Hamm is great. John Hamm's great.
He's a finance bigwig that loses his job, has no money to like keep up the lifestyle, so he starts robbing all of his rich friends and neighbors.
Oh man, that sounds great. I love John Hamm.
You know what? It's a great concept.
Yeah. Apple TV is on a roll right now.
That's a great concept for a show.
You are, bro, you were so right. Apple TV is crushing it.
I think it's better than HBO right now.
Right now it is, clearly. Mythic Quest just ended its 4th season, and Rob McElhaney did this is great. It's a spin-off project that's on there now called Side Quest, which is 4 standalone stories about people who play the video game that's fictionalized in the show.
That's awesome.
So McElhaney is killing it on Apple, too.
Wow.
So Todd brought that up last week, Mythic Quest, and I actually started
I saw
watching
the
it
first
over
season.
the week, over this past
It's funny.
week. It is really funny and very well done.
Todd, I love the one thing about studio, because we've complained about like all these action hero movies and stuff.
Kool-Aid movies?
Yeah, and
Thunderbolt's
the
coming
actual
out.
like the messaging in here is pretty. I mean, Apple makes their own movies as well, and they're pretty like this whole messaging is anti. It shows you there's a real struggle with some executives who want to make a really good movie and they just are not able to because of the pressure of shareholders and stuff. And I thought that it's like a political statement almost against the movie industry, and it's a bold one for Apple to make, being that they're in the movie business as well.
That's right. It's bold, but it's reality. And thankfully, we have guys like Seth Rogen who have always kept it real, right? I mean, he's the first one to come out and talk about that kind of stuff. And it's a reality, but it's fun. I think this is going to have like kind of an entourage resonance with the audience where you're getting a little bit of behind the scenes, but it's fun and everybody can relate to it. And the cameos keep you engaged. I think it's great. I love that Apple's doing it.
I heard him talking. He was saying this, one of the most intimidating moments of his career is directing, because Seth Rogen directs it, and he had to direct Scorsese acting.
Yeah,
and he's like, I had to give Scorsese notes.
Scorsese was good.
Yeah,
he was
a good actor.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was great. Yeah, that's classic.
Todd,
that's the best. Yeah,
Adolescence. I can't stop
I
hearing
know.
about it.
Everybody talks about it.
Is it living up to the hype?
So good.
I am so obsessed with it, and let me tell you something.
I just
that
read
show,
a story
that
on
show,
it about that shot.
Yeah, not only is it a technical miracle that they pulled this off, the acting may be the best acting I've ever seen on television to be able to do this, and it has rocked the UK television and film industry in that all these smaller budget projects now are being scrapped so that the UK could start exporting projects like Adolescence and Black Mirror and these big projects. So it's rocking the UK film industry. But let me tell you something. 4 episodes, every one of them I couldn't even move. It is so tense. But to pull that off, to make it all one shot where camera operators are handing off the camera to the next person onto a drone, and they're doing it real time.
Dude, that's incredible.
I know, everybody says it's amazing.
How that is.
What you're saying is you're dead on. It is phenomenal technically what they did. I thought it's a good series. I finished it. I thought it was a good series, but I thought what they did kind of gave us some limitations in the end. I didn't love the ending. I thought it was fine. It started out fantastic, but I think they were kind of limited by what they could do storyline wise because they were doing that one shot.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, but the ending has created a lot of conversation. Even my wife and I were talking about it after we watched it, like, what was the mom thinking? What was the dad thinking? I mean, it's very real. It's a very real human story. And, but technically unbelievable. Like the second episode where they do it in the school, all the teachers in the background were assistant directors. So when the camera would go past them, they'd have to shuttle everybody to the next spot. Unbelievable.
The coordination is just unbelievable as they walk through the school.
Yeah, I read a piece. I just don't even understand how you do that. That's absolutely incredible.
Anthony, you're basically like rehearsing a play. That's what you're doing. You're rehearsing. It's a choreographed ballet.
Yeah.
Yep.
They said
it's all blocking and everything.
That they would go over, they would rehearse it, and then to make sure they got it down, and then it was go time.
Wow. So how do these camera operators walk backwards this long without tripping or anything?
I know, nothing.
No.
It's wild. Wow.
Amazing.
All right, so what do we got? What do you got for us this weekend?
Well, we're going to do the studio, right? We all talked about that. I got to tell you, we talked about maybe Apple leading the way, but my favorite series
Dope Thief?
Dope Thief's great. We talked about that on a prior show. That's really good. Again, Apple killing it.
I know.
One of the
Philadelphia,
best,
3 Philadelphia shows.
Yeah, and they're all drug related.
Drug related, yeah.
I know. Great messaging. But one of my favorite shows is back for its 4th and final season, unfortunately. I'm so bummed it's going away. But The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, Todd.
Great you guys
show.
are in total synergy.
Oh, my God. Todd, I cackle on my couch like a maniac.
And it is.
You can hear him.
Well,
totally here to cackle.
Yeah. Bro, you're clearly a Danny McBride fan.
Oh, I love it. I watch everything he's done,
His dialogue is unbelievable. Like in that Prelude episode where Bradley Cooper.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper plays.
Dude, the Bradley Cooper episode is amazing.
Yeah, he plays his great-grandfather. He even has the cadence of Danny McBride. But let me tell you something. John Goodman, Danny McBride, Walton Goggins, Adam Devine.
The actress is the funniest. She's the funniest one.
Judy Gemstone is everybody's like spirit animal now.
Judy Gemstone.
Dude, it's so good. And Todd, I read something about Bradley Cooper. When they asked him to do it, Danny McBride was kind of like, yeah, screw it. Like, let's send it to him. He's not going to want to do it, but let's send it to him. And Bradley Cooper hadn't watched the show previously, and he said that he went into it not knowing because he didn't want to fall into, like, the traps of trying to meet the show's level. So he just went into it blind, played the character, and it was perfect.
Oh, wow.
He literally could win an Emmy for that episode.
Yeah.
It really was incredible. But I can't believe the show is leaving. I mean, Dan,
I know.
It's really... It's one of the funniest shows that's ever been made.
Yeah, and the cameos this season with the other characters are just phenomenal. It's
incredible.
It's your worst nightmare, but it is so.
It
is.
I know. I'm not. You know I am.
He would hate it.
You know I am.
Hate it.
I would actually love to watch an episode with you to see how much you hate it.
Just the face you would make.
I know. No, but I've actually seen it, and I get it. It's good. It's good. You know.
Yeah. Lastly, I'll leave you guys with this. I know you got a packed day, but there's a couple Academy Award winners that are now they're all streaming now. So you could see, Anora this weekend. You can now see A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Which I know. VG, you love that, right?
It was awesome.
Complete Unknown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, I saw it. I loved it.
I thought that was
Timothy
one you really
Chalamet,
liked.
Todd. I mean, this kid just is unbelievable.
Yeah, well, James Mangold, also the director, he's incredible. So that streams this weekend too. Lots for everybody to check out.
Big fan of Anora.
Yep, that's on Hulu as well.
And did you see the trailer for the new Paul Thomas Anderson flick with Leo?
I cannot wait.
It looks outrageous.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Leo fan, so I saw that.
I think I've loved every single movie that Paul Thomas Anderson has done, and I put Magnolia and Boogie Nights in my top 10 easy.
Wow.
So I'm excited for it.
Awesome.
Todd, we love you, buddy. Todd.
Good catching up, Todd.
Thanks. You too, guys. Have a great weekend.
Go Flyers.
You too. Go Flyers. All right, John Brazer. Coming up, what a fun day. We got steaks. Where do you see? We got the skinny steaks. I cannot wait for these. So Joey and Stuff, dear friends of mine, are coming up in just a moment. And here he is from the Fighting Phillies, John Brazer. What do you say, Johnny B?
1-0. We're going 162-0.
Bryce,
yes.
Right? Bryce Harper comes through. Schwarber comes through.
I love the lineup, dude.
Alec Bohm comes through. So it was a little,
Yes.
Hey, JT came
I haven't
through.
seen you
JT
forever.
came through. I know. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. Long season. You look good with the beard.
Thanks, man. I have the Ernest Hemingway look. I came from Florida, so I got the Cuban.
Yeah.
I'm part Cuban, so I got a little Cuban look here.
Yeah.
So all good. Yeah,
I love it.
But it's funny. Last night's game felt. I don't know about you guys, but for the opening day, I felt like it was a playoff game.
Yes.
I was watching it, hanging on every pitch. Obviously we're down 1-0. We go up 2-1, 3-1, and then next thing you know they tie it up, and then goes into. And then you're thinking there's 2 outs in the 9th. We might, or in the 10th, we might blow this, and then next thing you know, boom, comes through big time. So, right. So it's good to see.
Well, this is why I love the lineup the way it is, because if you look at it, he's going to get great pitches. He's got, between Harper and Schwarber, he's going to see pitches. And we know what Bohm is. Bohm is a terrific hitter, right? Bohm's got great play coverage. He's the perfect run producer. To me, I love him batting third.
Well, you take out the 2 months that he had last season, right? And think about, at least for me, as from a fan's perspective, if I want somebody coming up with that game on the line, like last night, right? Who do you want better? Alec Bohm gives you great at-bats. He hits gappers. He hits line drives. He barrels up the ball. That's the guy I want up to bat.
100%.
Dude, exactly. He doesn't strike out, play coverage, the whole thing.
Yep.
No, I'm excited. The only thing that was a bummer yesterday was the shadows. And listen,
you have to give credit to MacKenzie Gore, who pitched
Gore's
a great
legit,
game.
and we got strikeouts in the lineup, and Gore's legit, and the shadows, and it made for the crazy numbers.
Guess what? We're back there Saturday with pretty much the same time. So we're hoping those shadows aren't back.
I said it to. I actually hope it does. You know why? Because Luzardo will strike out 15.
Yeah.
Because he's got that kind of stuff.
There's 2 guys that got me really excited. I was down at spring training the whole year. You talked to a lot of people, national writers, our local beat writers. 2 guys that stood out, right? And there's a lot of guys that did well, but Alvarado. He had 20 strikeouts in 9 innings in spring training.
Yeah.
He had 2 strikeouts last night. The guy's
that's sick. He's throwing 100 mile an hour.
Throwing gas.
With that thing 6.
With,
Are you kidding me?
With location. The other guy is what you're hearing from a lot of people, again, national and local, that the dark horse Cy Young, again, I'm not saying he's going to win the Cy Young, but it's a dark horse.
Yeah.
It's Christopher Sanchez. Yeah. He's added a pitch. He's more mature. He's
throwing 97, 98.
So, and I'm excited. Max Kepler is, if he stays healthy, now again, the best ability is availability. And I know Max Kepler's had injuries past, but I tell you what, I don't watch the Twins that much. I don't watch the American League. I didn't realize how big the guy is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
legit
huge.
pop.
He's got legit pop.
No, legit pop. And in this ballpark, listen, you said it earlier, his problem's always been just injuries.
Right.
But that team, hit a lot. That Minnesota team hit a lot of home runs over the last few years, and he was a big part of it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, again, we know what the lineup can be, and I know last year Stott and especially Bohm were hurt, and we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right? So you get those guys to have good years this year, which I'm expecting that. With a bullpen, I think the bullpen should be just like last year, right? You got 4 guys that can close. And then starting rotation, to me, I know the Dodgers, right? And I know Mariners have a good rotation, but it's tough to stack up with Wheeler, Nola, Luzardo, Sanchez,
and wait till
Suarez,
Painter comes.
And then you got Painter coming in July, August.
Exactly.
Or June, July.
Yeah. You think June, actually?
July. I'm being optimistic.
I was thinking July.
July, yeah.
And
they might as well be conservative, unless we're forced into a situation where we got to ramp it up a little more.
That's the thing. I just don't want it to be like where he's on, I like Dombrowski's idea, which is he's like a second half edition,
right?
July 31st edition that takes you into the playoffs.
He could be our he could be our Marty Bystrom,
right?
But instead of just September, you have maybe for 2 months.
Or the Vanimal,
right? Vanimal, exactly right.
Remember the Vanimal came up, and he gave you some quality starts.
Yeah,
the Wild Thing vibe with the goggles.
Vanimal,
and what a great nickname too. Right.
Well, a little trivia. You know what the Vanimal does now?
What does he do now?
The Vanimal lives here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and the Vanimal is teaching youth kids. The Vanimal is teaching Moss. He's working with Moss, his pitching coach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is Moss going to wear the glasses?
No, he doesn't need to right now.
You just gave me a good idea for a podcast guest. Since I do the podcast with Tom
Burgoyne.
Burgoyne, so there you have it.
I'll give you his number.
I might still have his old number unless he switched it.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about that?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. No, I'm real excited about this year. It's baseball, man. Baseball matters. I mean, baseball is such a part of our lifeblood. And, I listen, I think once we get into the rhythm of it, people will kind of let last year go. Because I know the last 2 years have taken a lot out of the fan base.
Well, I also think Eagles winning the Super Bowl, which was awesome, by the way, I think that basically inspired the guys. They saw that.
Yeah.
They know what the end game is, and they saw the Eagles achieve that. And I think they're all competitive.
Yeah.
They want to say, you know what, we want the parade. We want to get the attention. So hopefully rising tides raise the ship.
Especially Harper.
So.
You know that Bryce is dying to have it. I mean, he's been dying. The reason why he comes here is to win a World Series. But then he sees it with the Eagles because he's so connected to it.
And they're all tight with each other. They all know each other very well.
Well, they're in Haddonfield. They all see the whole thing.
Right.
I mean, no, I could totally see it. What's new at the ballpark?
Well, we have a big press conference tonight, so I can't give away too much. Let me just say, when you walk into the ballpark for the first time, right, there's going to be some LEDs. It's going to be a cool visual.
Really?
And a cool audio. We've ramped up the sound system as well.
Nice.
So that's going to be cool. The other, again, I can't give away too much, but I do know that this was leaked, so I can say it. There is a s'mores quesadilla, which if you like dessert,
I saw that.
right? And that was actually made the national rankings.
I saw
so
that.
it's got a Nutella, it's got some marshmallows, it's got some graham cracker, some chocolate sauce on it, and a crispy flour tortilla. So that should be good. There's going to be some cool drink options, which we'll announce tonight. And I think some of the giveaways, we have some of the best giveaways. We got a JT Realmuto and Zack Wheeler bobblehead doll. We got a cool Kyle Schwarber baseball card bobble. We got a women's puffer vest.
Yo, that puffer vest is really nice.
I tell you what.
Yeah, you're excited over that.
I got a list of what I'm excited about with these giveaways.
We had our merch guy come in, I guess 2 months ago, talking about here's what we're going to do, right? And Scott Brandon, you met Scott.
Oh, I love Scott.
Scott brings in, and he shows his puffer vest. I'm thinking, this is my 32nd season with the Phillies, right? I'm thinking way back when we had painter hats. We were giving away paper hats, right? And we're giving away growth charts, like the Ben Revere growth chart. But now we've got a puffer vest that looks like you could actually literally sell this in the store.
It looks like a $60, $70 puffer vest. Yes.
Dude, I think back to the rain slicker. Joe, you remember the Phillies rain slicker that we got? It was like it would fall apart.
Right,
Like it was that it was like the maroon.
Yeah,
and
I know
it had
exactly
that
what you're talking
weird- It smelled weird. It was. I think it was a tasty cake one.
And we've had some great giveaways.
But now
We've
you
had
have some incredible giveaways.
Really do. I mean, again, the bobblehead dolls. And
There's
all
a Funko Pop.
the
Bryce
Funko
Harper
Pop with
color.
Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
We got the Brandon Marsh basketball jersey.
Yes.
We did it last year with Nick Castellanos, who was such a big hit.
Yes.
We said we got to do it with Brandon Marsh. So there's Nick Castellanos wristbands.
It's a good like a floppy hat for the sun, like a beach hat.
Yeah,
Nice.
we got a men's floppy hat, so it's a lot of good
Got
things.
a Nelly post game concert.
Nelly post game if you like country music, Nate Smith. So yeah, a lot of stuff at the ballpark.
In here.
But one of the best one of the best giveaways we ever did. Talk about nostalgic, and this is not too far back. But do you remember the Harry Callis? It basically was a plush doll, and you'd bang it on the table, and it would say "struck him out" or "long drive." Right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
We've had some good ones. So.
No, Scott has he's changed the game. The giveaway game's strong.
It is strong, and Eric Pesh and the other guys there. So yeah, done a good job.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I know it's gonna be fun.
Is the organ music back? They brought
We
it.
do, yeah,
All
we
right, I
still
love
have the
that.
organ music,
I love
yeah.
when they added that.
Yeah.
They do hopefully they throw in like a new song. They change it up. They added like one or two more modern songs to it. It's great on the organ.
It is cool. Like when you hear like a Radiohead on the
Yeah,
on
you're
the
like,
organ.
what is this? This sounds familiar. Then
Right.
you're like, I got it.
Right.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Oh, that's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
I'm pumped up, man. Listen, there's something special. The Great Companion. There's nothing like the Phillies. Just doesn't. How long you and I been doing? 25 years we've been doing this.
Even longer probably.
Yeah.
Again, I say it's my 32nd season, and I feel like
Oh yeah.
we go. But you give me some good restaurant recommendations too.
Yeah.
And one of these days, I got to go on your. I was talking to Vince. I got to go on your Italy trip.
Yes,
One time.
yes.
My daughter was in there for 2 weeks. She's getting back today on spring break.
Really?
Covered
Oh, my
everything. Here's
God.
a 17-year-old kid going to Lake Como and Milan and Florence and basically the Amalfi
You
Coast
gotta
in
be
Rome.
kidding me.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't get that chance at 17 years old.
Not at all.
So
Here's the thing. I'm really
I barely
going.
got the Wildwood.
His daughter's 17 years old. Oh my God! When Charlotte was born.
right. I
Oh
know.
my God!
I'll be looking at college pretty soon. So
How nuts is that?
it's totally nuts.
Isn't that
It goes
crazy?
by way too
She
fast.
2008.
2008.
Oh,
No, 2007. She was born.
2007. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
Junior.
She's a junior. Anthony's a freshman. My Anthony,
I know.
because they were both little at the same time.
We probably have a picture of them together at some point.
Yeah, there he is
Oh,
now.
look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You did good work there, Ant.
JB, man, it's great. Yeah, you're the best, buddy.
You're the best, man.
I
Love you,
love
brother.
it, brother.
Yeah, man.
You're the best, man.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll see you down the yard.
Yep.
And we got plenty of stuff, man. We need you in here every couple of weeks. Come
Maybe
in.
I'll bring the Fanatic in next time. We'll
Oh,
because
man.
his birthday's coming up.
Oh,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do it.
All right.
I would love that. Every couple of weeks, come by, man.
All
Just to check in, talk some ball like we wanted to do, all right?
Love it. Love it.
Love it.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, brother.
All right, man.
Here he is,
See
the
you
great
guys.
John Brazer from the Phillies.
Dude, they do such a good job. I mean, I go down 20 games a year, and I just love going into that ballpark.
It really
it just feels great.
I love that stadium. I just love that park. The park is fantastic.
It's one of my favorite things to do in the world.
Yeah.
Just go down to the ballpark.
It really is. Hey, Andrew, can you give the guys one of your headset, or do you need it? Yeah. Give the guys that. Joe and Joe. Cool, we got the steaks. We got skinny steaks.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait to taste these steaks.
Bro just lingering around.
Bro, you ready for
just
some
lingering
steaks?
around.
Are you ready for some steaks? Look at Snuff's got the steaks. You got to stick around for this, Dan. Look, you got to love it. Look at this. What are you doing, brother? This is look at these steaks. Look outrageous. Look at this. Look at this. First of all, the logo is the greatest.
Of course.
All right? The
all about the logo.
The logo is tremendous.
It's got a nice retro vibe to it. Yeah,
Are you
it's cool.
kidding me? These steaks look outrageous.
He got the
They're heavy.
He cheese on those epic. He can't eat snuff.
I'll be eating. Don't worry about that.
I can't curse in here, right?
No.
All right. No, that's curse every other word. I just want to make sure. I don't want you to get thrown off the air.
Yeah, you can't do that.
First of all, congratulations, boys.
Thank you, my brother.
Snuff and Joey. Skinny's got it right on Packer Avenue. Well, people know on Broad Street. As soon as you head right before the overpass, right to the right is Skinny Joey's.
Yeah, any game you go to, you got to drive by us.
It's the greatest.
Yeah.
What a great location.
Best. It's like being outside Yankee Stadium, Madison Square Garden, because every team, you're right there.
It's right there. It's right.
Yeah.
And especially, for you guys,
our
you're
neighborhood.
such a sports guy. Yeah. Well, besides the fact it's the neighborhood, you love this. You love. Yeah. You've been a sports guy your whole life.
Yeah, whole life. It's funny we're talking about the Phillies. They're rain things.
You remember that?
Yeah, fucking things. They stunk too. They smelled.
Yeah, he said they stunk.
They did. They smelled.
Yeah,
they had that weird
It had to be
smell
that
to
shit. It probably caused cancer.
Yeah.
Weird chemicals. Stop cursing. You talk's not like that.
Yeah, he talks.
No, but it was like. So tell me about the grand openings tomorrow. Right, Sal?
11 o'clock. We're going to be there until we sell out. So hopefully, it's going to sell out fast because we didn't even tell nobody the last 2 days we were open. We're open right now, and it's packed.
Just messing around. Just getting stuff
Right.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people coming in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's going to be.
I took the phone off the hook.
Yeah, it was insane. No, it's crazy. It's
Turn it
crazy.
off. We can't. I'm going to get the kinks out.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, God bless you,
So what do
brother.
you think of the Phillies? I think they're going to be all right.
So do I.
Yeah.
But listen, I like the lineup. I like Turner leading off.
Yeah.
Because
that's right.
You got to switch it.
I mean, if you think about it, because a couple things. One, Harper 2 and Schwarber 4. You saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? And Bohm's a good three-hitter because
Bohm's
he makes
good.
contact.
Yeah, he's good.
Harper showed up already to the cheesesteak store.
Oh, did he really?
We weren't open yet.
We weren't
and
open.
It was early in the morning, like 7 a.m. I was there, and he pulled up. I didn't know it was him. He opened the door, started walking towards me. He's like, I'm starving.
No!
I said, I wish I had food to cook you. I said, but, we'll be open soon. Yeah, he showed up already. Yeah, he was right there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is all. Well, listen, all the guys are going to be around. Everybody's going to come over.
Yeah, they're right up the street.
Yeah, everybody's going to see. How about Michkov? Because you're a Flyers guy, too.
How about who's the guy they benched? Him, right? The
Yeah.
Russian?
Yeah.
2 goals in his assist.
Yeah, they're crazy.
6 shots on goal, too.
6 shots, I know.
That's massive. That's
He's
massive.
fantastic. He's a great
The
player.
coach benched him.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
he's
that's
going
why,
now.
That's why he's not around.
That's why he's going.
Yeah.
100%.
Because they're going to be. I think they're going to be really good down the line.
They got to get a goalie.
So they have one in Russia. They have a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid.
Zavragin.
Zavragins?
Yeah,
he's
he
19,
plays
I
in the
think.
KHL.
Really?
And he's good. And he's like really good.
We got to hope Putin lets him come over.
Yeah.
Putin's got him playing in the yard. I watched the game with Putin one time. He plays. He scored like 10 goals in one game.
Ain't nobody stopping his shots.
10 goals.
Classic.
That's classic.
How's
Cuz,
that
you got to
logo?
eat, cuz.
All right, I got to
You
break
got to
these
take
open.
one bite.
Which one? Right
I'll
here?
go one
Whiz.
for
That's
one.
Whiz. Cheesesteak with Whiz.
All right.
I got your long hot that you asked
There's
for.
the chicken.
Give me the long hot.
I'll do the chicken.
Yeah.
the
Oh
chicken
my!
cheesesteak's
Look
really-
at that thing.
Oh, man.
That's outrageous.
I'll show it to the
Show the camera. Look at that.
I think it's the chicken.
Cool.
That's good. Thanks. With spinach, it's really
My.
good.
See that right
Chicken
there?
with
That looks outrageous.
Put that right here.
Snuff
Look
up
at
them meat.
that.
Snuff. You ate 9 sandwiches.
I didn't eat nothing yesterday. I got your long hot.
I'll
That's
do
the
it
chicken.
right
That's
now.
good.
Look at this. So what is?
Look at that cheese.
What'd you do for the menu? Like, how'd you devise the
made
menu?
it small.
Small.
We got cheesesteak, chicken wings, roast pork. I got Esposito roast pork.
Oh,
the pig,
the
from
best.
the pig.
Yeah,
we got the pork.
yeah.
And we got the chicken cheesesteak. And then we'll add shit on, like, maybe chicken cutlet with broccoli.
Right.
How's the
Yo,
chicken?
that chicken with the spinach is ridiculous.
Ridiculous, right?
That's my favorite sandwich, the
Yeah.
chicken cheesesteak.
Oh my God! Look at the
man.
meat. Look how beautiful this
Look at
looks. This is incredible.
I put your whiz,
man.
your fried onions, and your long hot.
Oh, cuz, it looks incredible.
Man, some great amount of cheese.
Yeah, it's all it's all about consistency. That's what we're trying to perfect. That's why it took a little longer to open, but we wanted to perfect everything.
That's delicious.
Good, right?
Oh my God!
A versus bread.
He made the bread special for us.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's delicious.
Cuz I like this studio. This is dynamite.
So we got 3 studios. One in the front,
This is nice.
one in the back. I like to do the middle because everybody's around. I like it. I
This
enjoy
looks like
it.
a hangout.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, well, front, we got beers in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So
I gotta hang up
water.
here. Play poker. We can play gin.
Yeah.
Shoot dice.
Shoot dice. Do whatever. Do it all here. Like a hangout.
Cheesesteaks and chewing dice. You can't ask for better than that.
How's the podcast going?
Great.
It's
It
going
is
good.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. It's a lot of work, but it's going good. The weeks go fast. We're on episode 80-something.
I know. I can't
They
believe
told
it.
us we won't make week 4.
We're on episode 82. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
82.
It really is.
What's it like, just the celebrity piece of it? Because everybody, like you.
In Philly, everywhere we go.
Well, yeah.
I get spotted everywhere, though.
Yeah, we got spotted in Rome.
Italy
Yeah,
twice.
when you guys were in Italy, people
I
would
took
come
your
up to
advice.
you.
We did the videos from there. People loved it.
That was your idea.
That was your idea. You gave us the idea.
that was your
I remember.
idea.
Yeah. I thought you guys were natural there.
Yeah.
Last week, I was in the Plaza Hotel, so I was doing a video. He wasn't with me.
Yeah, I was at the steak shop.
So this kid was
Loves
filming
on steak duty.
The kid was filming it, and he's a little fat kid. So this guy walks up to me and said, "Man, I love your podcast." This is in the Plaza. Like I said, "How you doing?" I like your podcast. Thank you. And he said, "I love your partner." I said, "No, that ain't him. He looks like him. He's just as fat." He thought it was stuff. It wasn't.
They
But you
love
get
it,
spotted
though.
all over.
You do. You do. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I was in Italy. A guy came up to me.
Yeah.
Guy came up to me from Italy.
Isn't that nuts?
No, it is. Yeah, he's like looking at me. That's this guy trying to kill me. No, I watch your podcast. I said, yeah, he's in Italy. Then that guy from Ireland.
We built a fan base of a family. You know what I mean? Like from the merchandise, the steak shop, to everything. Like everybody is for us. You know what I mean? Like Joey says all the time. Even what?
I said, even our haters love us.
Yeah, it's like weird.
We got to get new haters. We need new haters.
Yeah.
Even our haters like us now.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
No, it's crazy, but it's good. It's a good thing. And you know what it is? We interact with them. Like I answer them. Like people answer they email, text.
Well,
I answer them.
I mean, well, the beauty is like you have a wonderful personality. Like people, how friendly you are. You love that.
Just
You
like
love to have a good
you got
time.
the best. No, we're serious.
You know
We're
what I mean?
Italian. That's the way we are.
Yeah, we got the-
Exactly.
We're nice to everybody.
Yeah, enjoy
Yeah.
and love it. Have a zest for life.
I was telling him. I said, "You're the same when you're on here, or if we're out to dinner.
Yeah.
You got this. You're the same person.
Oh, well, that's what's like. Listen. My true talent is I was a writer
You
forever.
got the best voice.
Yeah.
Though.
You know, and I said this was just all right. Well,
Let's just
we,
do it.
we do this stuff.
You got the cuz voice. Though.
Yeah, nobody's got your voice.
Nobody's
How's
the
that
best
long
on the
hot
radio.
right there?
Tremendous, absolutely tremendous.
He's eyeballing. He's hungry.
No, I can't eat the onions. The only thing I don't eat is onions.
You don't do the onions?
No, I can't
I
do
love
it.
onions.
I can't do it.
That's what he
Everybody
said.
does.
Don't put onions. I said, you don't like onions. Other
Yeah,
people
I do.
like onions.
I know.
Oh,
How's
my-
the chicken? Good too, right?
I've been hailing it.
I'm gonna tell you,
Ain't none left.
that steak is unbelievable,
Yeah, whenever
man.
you want them, I'll deliver them right up to you.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Should
The bread-
have got them some.
Here, we got some more right
right.
here. Versus made it
fantastic.
specials for us every day.
Do they really?
Yeah, they perfected. We wanted a little darker, wanted a little thinner.
Made it thinner.
You know, make sure it's crispy
Nobody
every
has
day.
that bread but us.
Yeah.
They made it for us.
I love the darker. I like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
No, it's good.
Well, you guys, what are your hours going to be? Just until you sell out every day, or are you going to be open?
Yeah, I mean, we're figuring 11 to 12 or 2 during the week, but I don't know if we sell out, we're going to close.
Yeah.
That's all we could do.
Right, because you're going
And
to
then
just not
hopefully
much
it's
bread.
24 hours.
Yeah, well, you remember back in the day,
Pat's,
but even Oregon Steaks
Yeah.
was
24 hours.
24 hours. And what was the one on 10th Street? It used to be 10th on 10th in Oregon.
The Knicks? Was that called the Knicks
Yeah,
or
it was
something?
the
The Knicks or
Knicks,
something,
like
yeah.
back in the day.
Pat's and Gino's the only day they closed with Christmas.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That was
We
it.
used to go Thanksgiving. Remember, like Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
Because you leave the
Drunk.
club or
Yeah.
whatever you were doing, probably.
I don't know why, because you're eating and all whatever. So,
Yeah.
but you wanted a cheesesteak, you
Yeah.
would go to Thanksgiving
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, they were open.
Like, even last night, we were just hanging around. It was like 8 o'clock before the Flyers game. All the Flyers fans were coming. They were walking there. They're coming in, getting a cheesesteak. You're going to stay open for after the game. The guys from Wells Fargo Center sent the workers down. So the word was just spreading by people just posting on their stories on Instagram saying, wow, I got the first steak. Nobody
Oh,
knew.
my God, it's huge.
Yeah.
Once they know, once they know
Forget
we're
about it.
open,
Wait,
it's gonna
wait
be
till the other teams start to want to order
Right.
from the clubhouse.
good. Yeah,
Exactly.
the visiting teams, yeah.
They're going to be all those teams are going to be like, oh, make us steaks, make us steaks.
Yeah.
These steaks are outrageous.
Thank you. We
you, my
appreciate
brother.
it.
Oh my God.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate the
pleasure.
chicken
Of
cheesesteak
course,
too,
Of
man.
course.
I
We
love you.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
love you, brother.
We appreciate you having us on always.
Oh, my
Anything
God,
you
you
need,
kidding
know
me?
we're
Thank you, man. It's
Brother,
fantastic.
listen,
Anytime you want
congratulations.
food, whatever you
I
want.
love you.
Much
Thank
success.
you, my brother. Nice
Whatever
to meet
you
you.
want. We'll
Yeah.
deliver right
Yeah,
there.
be great.
Whatever you want. The girls, anybody. We got to come up here and play gin. Poker.
Yeah, he'll play poker.
Anytime.
Taking that.
We'll have a whole night. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, my brother.
My brother.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
You're going to kill it.
Thank
all
you.
right?
We
God
appreciate it.
bless you.
Thank you. Enjoy them steaks.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man.
These steaks are incredible.
It's probably
Bro.
the best chicken cheesesteak I've had.
You know,
Phenomenal with the spinach on it.
oh, it's just these steaks are ridiculous, Bro's got to take. Did Bro get one?
Nah, bro's right there.
Bro.
I think he got a piece. He got some?
We're sharing one.
Bro, I know. I figure you all the time, bro. You know, I know you would go nuts over these things. It's time for a little Rite Aid back in the day moment.
Is it? I don't know.
Do we have?
I think it got lost in the shuffle with all the chaos.
Oh, really? We've had a lot of chaos, a lot of fun.
Oh, I got something.
You
Yeah,
got something?
I got something. Yes, give us me and Andrew like 13 seconds to figure this out.
Jules,
I totally got
did
something.
you get? What do you think? 'Cause Jules is. Yeah, Jules, you got it. You got it. These steaks are just delicious.
And those guys are hysterical on like TikTok and stuff. They have great chemistry together.
Well, the two of them are fantastic,
Yes,
right?
yes.
They play off each other so
well, yes.
You know, it's the truth.
All right, Andrew, I just sent you a picture for it.
I had no like.
No, I inhaled that half. I mean, me and Danny inhaled that chicken cheesesteak.
What do we got?
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back to Alex Bohm's high school graduation picture.
Oh my God! That's awesome.
How good is that?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's unbelievable.
It was right after he hit that double. Someone popped that absolutely hammered account, put up his graduation
Oh
picture.
my God!
So maybe he's graduating from the daycare. You know?
So wait, come here, Jules. You got to show the audience. Amazing, her flip flops.
I can't lift my leg up that far.
Look at that, Phillies flip flops.
She's always rocking the Phillies footwear.
Always rocking the Phillies always. Incredible. That's it. That's it.
How
Go
were you
fight,
were you
Jules.
stressing yesterday, Jewel? Were you stressing yesterday?
She was. Dane.
I was pacing around.
You know. Did you get a steak?
Yeah, it was so good.
You already ate?
VJ.
Yeah, we devoured this
We
chicken
devoured
cheesesteak.
Look at the thing. You don't want the chicken.
All right, we'll try a little bit.
Yeah. There you go, brother. Listen, you don't come here, you're going to eat well. That's a great steak, isn't it?
That's delicious, man.
I know.
They're doing it.
I know.
They got
It's
it down.
fantastic.
Great location.
Yeah. Well, we're right there.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you can't beat it.
They were saying you gave them the ideas for the Italy
Yes.
content. That's awesome.
I said you should go because I'm a big believer that when you go abroad and you create content, I know I love it. Like I don't care where you're at. I watch a lot of YouTube, for, like travel things, and I love the settings, even for scripted shows. You know, that show in Ireland. What was the show I was watching in Ireland?
Bad Sisters?
No, what was the show in Ireland? No, the other one. No, I love Peaky Blinders. No, it was the name of the town.
Oh, the one with the
Yes.
murder?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
It was
what
about the
name of that?
podcast.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. What was the name of that?
I like that show.
Yeah.
It was about a podcast. You didn't know?
Yeah.
You don't know this, bro? I don't think so. What TV you watch?
Is there anything he doesn't watch? I was thinking
I know
earlier
the
on.
show-
Ted a
I
run
know
for
the
his
show,
money,
I forget
man.
the name of it, though.
The bro was giving a Ted run for it, man. He knew everything.
He knows more. Like, he and Todd can go back and
Bodkin,
forth.
Bodkin,
Bodkin, thank you.
There you go, yeah.
I liked Bodkin.
Yeah, I thought
You
I
see
thought
it?
you were giving more information than Todd today. You were locked in, man.
You were locked in.
Well, me and my wife are binging TV now because Philly seasons.
Oh.
So we watch less TV during the Philly season.
You watch less TV during the
Gotta
Phillies?
get it in. That's smart. Strategic.
It is strategic. It is. So, what else we got?
So baseball's going underway now. You know, the league play starts up, so everyone.
Speaking of which, how about Kevin McGonigal?
Stud.
Bonners, right?
Yeah.
So I brought him up earlier in the week. Monsignor Bonner, shortstop high, right?
Stud.
Takes Nola on Sunday in the grapefruit game, takes him yard. That kid is a player.
What's he, 20 years old?
20 years old.
Yeah, he's going to be a big-time player. And in the league, like, you could just see. When those guys got it, you can just see the difference. Like, if you pitched to him, you were in trouble. Just the way he compressed the ball, the way he turned on things. And he's not, he's 5'8", 5'9". Like, he's not a big guy.
No.
But he was really something special
I love
to
the
watch in
kid,
high
man.
school.
I got to tell you, I love the kid. So my godson, Sammy Benvignati, played with him. He was a year, they played travel ball together. He was a year behind, Sammy was a year ahead of him. And he's watched him just overnight, like his junior, senior year, he went off.
And from the state local, I mean, you're getting probably approached by the IMGs and all these big-time schools
Right.
down south. And, our league you can develop it and become a pro. So credit to him and his parents for sticking around, and he's
Dad's
he's
awesome.
doing it. He's doing it right now.
His father's awesome. Father it was funny. I totally relate to him because he was so excited. I felt so happy for him. I was texting with him, and he was just over the moon.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a
That's
surreal
what it's
moment,
about.
right? Going deep on Nola. I mean,
You're watching your
grew
son
up,
hit a home run against
you grew up
Cousins.
watching Nola, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he had to locally, and then
Spent years scouting him
And then
out.
talking about Macy's, our security guard at the prep, this guy Ralph DeRita, legend. He calls himself. He's the mayor of Wildwood, I think. He's got it on lock. He was the security guard at Macy's for 20 years.
Oh my
So
god!
he held it down. And it's
Probably
like
got some crazy stories.
Yeah, but he loved it there. So it's really, I went in as a kid. You see the beautiful building, but I relate to it with him now too. So it's really cool.
I love that place.
So many things in there, like the eagle
I was so
sculpture.
happy we had Peter in here. Yeah, I mean the voice of John Facenda. We
Yeah.
talk about it a lot. Like during the holidays, I miss it. Man.
Not having that is going to be a real
Oh
void.
my god!
For sure.
Because the whole idea, like a Philadelphia, I love Philadelphia around the holidays.
Yeah. Well, you watch the Christmas movies. It's always
Yeah.
downtown with the big
Yeah.
department stores
Yeah, that's,
all
how you
done
think,
up.
that's what you think about, right?
Yeah,
Sad.
that's the only bit. Listen, I get it. It's easy, deliveries and everything. I miss the days where people would congregate.
Yeah. I do too. I love that. I love congregation. You know me. I'm a big watering hole congregation guy.
I love that. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
When things are getting taken care of, when you come together around the water. hole, man.
Exactly, and it's true, and it bonds us, which is so important.
For sure.
It just bonds us. Anyway,
Hey, can I just mention one thing that happened in sports
course.
last night that I thought was phenomenal?
Yeah, I'm gonna have another bite of my steak.
Ovechkin and the Capitals, they ended up losing last night to Marc-Andre Fleury, the goalie. Probably the last time they see him because Andre Fleury is retiring after 21 years. As the Capitals the game's over, they're going down the locker room, the tunnel. Ovechkin calls them all out, so the team lines up to shake Andre Fleury's hand.
Yeah, I saw that on SportsCenter. It was really cool.
Like Ovechkin was like, yo, got everyone to come back on the
came
ice
back
and
out.
line up and shake his hand.
That's
Class
awesome.
act.
I love Ovechkin.
Yeah.
For me, growing up watching sports, like Fleury and Ovechkin
Uh-huh.
have been like the biggest, like
your whole life.
And he was a Penguin, so I saw him. We saw him a lot. And they thought he was done, and he still had it. Went out west, and did it in Vegas,
Like,
and he was
21
amazing.
or 22 years he's been doing it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow,
But it's a great move by Ovechkin.
That is a great move.
If you haven't seen the video, I'll
I
send it
will.
to you.
Yeah, I want to say it. I love that stuff.
Yeah,
I
very
love
cool.
it. What do you got on tap this weekend?
I got that wedding Saturday. I'm laying low tonight. I got that wedding Saturday, and then love it. Sports season, man. We're rocking, man.
All
We're
right.
rocking,
Well,
rolling.
next week we'll be at it again. Every Friday, we take a look at our prep world through the eyes of our AD, Danny D. Andrew! Great job today, buddy.
Thank you.
How you feeling,
Nice
all right?
work setting all this up.
You all right?
I'm all right.
All right.
Your new intern was spiffy today, man. Suited
Suited
up.
up.
Oh, he was head to toe, man.
Yeah.
Sal guy. They dress up well. I saw
Someone
his
thought
resume
he
on the
was-
side.
He's
Yeah,
a
this-
LaSalle guy.
Somebody thought he was the FBI walking around.
He came to, he had the full suit on. He met me at the
But
door.
like, when he raised his arm, he had all kinds of tats on his arm.
I
Plays
saw his
football. He
resume
played
on the
football in the
side.
South.
All right.
Yeah, 22 grad.
Yeah.
I see Bo sneaking in behind us.
Yo, Bo! Wave hello to everybody. There he is, our man Bo Wolf. That's going to do it for us. Jules, thank you, Jules. We love you, bro. Great to see you. Everybody have a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed our little extended overtime today. All of our chaos. Have a wonderful weekend. We love you, all right? Be careful. We'll see you on Monday. Go Phils.
Go Phils.
We all silly like the mayor.